Good evening, Addie and Sixty. It is nice to have you here at the Stage Select. My name is Morgan. I am the show manager. I just wanted to make sure here in the green room that you have everything that you need. If there's anything that I can do, please let me know.
Hi, Morgan.
I think if I would love a Mountain Dew. Is that something we could get?
Yes, I can absolutely get the dew of the mountains for you. I will scale the highest peaks, and that is just a little joke from the land of the poison swamps. I am aware of what a Mountain Dew is.
Okay.
I will get that right to you.
Okay.
I have to say, it is really nice to have guests again. I have to confess that I haven't had much to do around the show lately, and I was wondering if they were going to pack me up and send me back to the poison swamps, and I don't want to go there.
Oh.
There it is. Happens every time.
Hey guys, you guys okay in here? Get ready for the show?
Everything is normal.
Well, we're
Awesome.
okay.
I see that Morgan was in here.
Did his thing.
Don't worry about it. We'll get a Brahmo. He'll sweep it up.
There you
Okay.
go. Perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
He was going to get me a Mountain Dew.
Oh, okay.
So is that
I'll get a Brahmo on that.
Perfect.
He'll no problem.
Excellent.
He's got to know where Mountain Dew is.
He definitely knows what Mountain Dew is.
Oh, a Brahmo. He does the do. He definitely does the do. Great. We're happy to have you all here, and we'll see you out there on the stage.
Awesome.
Live from beautiful downtown Bastrop, it's time for the Stage Select, starring Julian Titus and Justin Ham.
What could this possibly be? Seems a lot like a podcast. Wonder what specifically. Talking about video games. With your hosts, you're in good hands. Not more of the same. Now we'll jump right in. So expect the unexpected and more. Now we'll get grooving. Never know who's gonna walk through the door. There just might be some strategy in this. Just having fun with a special guest. Time for Stage Select.
With special guests,
Addie and 60.
and featuring friend of the show, John Gholson. And here are your hosts, Julian Titus and Justin Ham.
Welcome, one and all, to the Stage Select episode 100. I'm Julian Titus.
I'm Justin Ham. Hi. My voice all got weird because I've been quiet for a while. Hi. You would think I would have something really special for the 100th episode of the show.
No.
Good. I'm glad nobody
Yeah.
expects that from me. That's really perfect, actually. I probably did at some point this week and then just forgot it. Yeah.
To be fair, I don't have much either,
Yeah.
which is why I enlisted some help in the
Yeah,
form
thank
of some
God.
special guests.
Yeah. Yeah. There's other people here. How are they?
Great.
Happy birthday.
Happy 100.
Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to be here already. That, of course, is the lovely Addie.
Hello. I'm here.
Yep.
And her stalwart partner, 60.
That's me.
What is it?
Stalwart.
Indeed.
Yes, it's 60's technically, well, it is 60's second time on the show,
Mm.
but it is their first time on the main show,
It's true.
which means that the front of this show will be largely getting to know them and kind of get their gaming origin. I did have one quick thing, though, before we kind of get going, and unless Justin, did you have something?
No.
Oh, okay, like not even, okay.
No.
All right, excellent.
No, I have nothing. Why? What did you expect me to have?
Well, because normally you go into a thing at the beginning,
Of what?
even if it's off the cuff. So
Oh,
I didn't know if I
oh,
cut you
okay.
off.
Okay, hold on. No, see, this was the kind of pressure
A
I was
bit,
talking
Justin,
about.
a bit.
Quick. What weird shit happened to you this week?
Let's see, what did happen to me this
What did you
week?
Google?
Oh man.
What did you repair around the house?
Nothing. That
Damn.
was fun.
Did you order any strange appliances?
Oh, I didn't order any strange appliances, but I did order a burger from Wendy's today, and it came without a bun.
Perfect.
I don't know how that happened.
Yo,
That
the
was-
Wendy's.
Well, they're using AI to take the orders now, so I can.
I asked for a cheeseburger, I believe a double with cheese, and just ketchup on it. That's all I wanted. Just ketchup, because for some reason you start adding other shit, it doesn't really work out very well. I don't like it, so I just want the ketchup. That's it. I'm a simple man.
Because you said just ketchup.
Yeah,
That's
they were
why.
like, fine,
That-
here you go.
yeah, and well, here's the thing: they didn't even put ketchup on the burger without a bun. It was just a burger with cheese in a small plastic container.
Terrible.
They're like, here you go. Now, here's the weird part: is we had buns in the house, and I
That was
was
the
like,
weird
all right,
part.
I'll just put this on one of our buns. It was better than what Wendy's would usually have.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, it was really good, actually.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? This may become a thing for me. I just might start doing this.
So Wendy's is bad at taking orders because twice now I have ordered a breakfast sandwich from Wendy's
I've never
And
had
got-
breakfast at Wendy's.
and got the egg and the cheese
In a
container with no bread product at
Yeah.
all.
Oh, so this is just a thing with
They're
Wendy's.
I
just-
think
They're-
Wendy's
they're-
is just anti-carbohydrate.
I think-
we have an
Yeah.
anti-carb establishment.
It's
Pro
either that
Atkins.
or they're really afraid everybody that orders from DoorDash or whatever has a gluten allergy of some sort, and they're just really concerned about it.
They're
I
really
remember
looking out for
when
the
I
world.
worked there years ago, that was why people got the no bun burger. It was a thing.
Yes. It was
Yeah.
it was the high protein, low carb
Yeah.
Atkinsy. Yeah. No, I also worked at Wendy's for a period of time.
I've never
I
worked
In
worked
there.
there
that
for
era.
far too long.
2004.
Looking at me like I know.
I can't
Yeah.
listen.
I worked there for far too long. I would say that. But yeah, that was a weird thing that happened. God, what else happened? Oh, I moved. I got rid of a bunch of boxes. A lot of boxes. Got rid of them. That's good. No more boxes in my garage. Now I can go in my garage and go, look, there's no boxes.
Did you break them down properly?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
a man
man.
came and they broke it down real
Oh.
good. They got rid of all the boxes, so that's good. We did it in the rain, which was fun.
Perfect.
So all
Cardboard,
the boxes
good
got
rain.
soggy and awful.
Yeah.
What a fun day. What else happened?
Was this the same day as the Wendy's?
No.
Okay. I'm
Wendy's
just getting
was
my
today.
timelines.
It would have
Okay.
been unfortunate if
It would have
Yeah.
been
all
a
of
bad
that.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, Wendy's was today.
Okay.
So that was actually fine, honestly. the more on that, the guy from DoorDash messaged me and was like, "You should try to get a refund for this order. It's terrible." And after I ordered it, after I ate it all, I seen it, I'm like,
Yeah.
because I'm not paying attention to my phone.
Right.
I'm doing other things. And then I messaged him back. He never messaged me back, so if he does, I'll get back to that, but I don't think he will.
If he listens to the show, what message do you want him to have?
I've had far worse orders from Wendy's. I think he needs to chill the fuck out. Honestly, it was fine. He's like, look, man, because I ordered 2 baked potatoes too. He's like, listen, the only thing out of this order that's at all fresh is those 2 baked potatoes. Everything else is probably cold and gross because it
boy.
was just sitting there when I got there. And I'm like, and
Yeah.
I'm eating it, and I ate pretty much the whole thing already. I'm like, I've had far worse from this establishment. I think you need to calm down, sir.
Standards are too high for this
Yeah,
Wendy's.
seriously, for fast food, period. Let's just be real.
Speaking of Wendy's, bonus retailer therapy thing here.
Ooh.
I know I've told you this on the old show, Justin, but worth revisiting. Back at Game Fellas, my Lakeline crew, Mark had this thing that he would do at Wendy's where he would order a junior bacon cheeseburger and an order of nuggets, and he would put 2 or 3 of the nuggets on the junior bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah,
To create what he called the farm burger.
sure.
Because you had cow, chicken, and pig
Sure,
all
yeah.
on the same sandwich.
Sure, yeah.
And we all started doing this, right? It became a thing where that was the go-to Wendy's order because we would all make farm burgers. But one day we came up with an ad campaign for it, which it was like a cartoon farm with like a chicken in the middle glaring towards the camera, and then a cow on one side of the screen and a pig on the other. And they're all glaring and just like giving each other the side eye. Yeah. And they all three take off at the same time, and they converge in the middle of the screen, and they get into this like really cartoony like fight with like the smoke and all, like, you know, all the limbs coming out. And then from the top and the bottom, you just see buns come like together, and then it forms around the cloud, and then it's like, oh, the farm burger.
Sure.
I feel like that really would have that would fly in the 2000s for sure.
I was going to say the 90s. Yeah, that feels like a commercial.
90s, early 2000s. See. Yeah.
Yeah, this would have been like 2003, 4.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that would have flown
around the same time as the Quiznos commercial,
right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Good old Quiznos.
I think it would fly now, honestly. Like I think people
so
would be
too. It just
that.
It has that early 2000s vibe.
We've come back around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that. If you ever see, my friend Blissy turned me on to it, but there was this fast food chain like in the upper east part of the country where I think it was Rats or something like that, where the whole marketing campaign was just that, like this super monotone guy basically talking about how shitty the place was. And it was like an ongoing campaign. Like they did multiple commercials of this, and I was like, this is fucking genius now. Right. Like back then, because like it's considered to be like one of the worst marketing campaigns of all time for like a fast food place.
Yeah.
Ahead of its time.
But the vibe of it is like, oh, this would kill today.
Right.
Like people would be all over it. So,
Yeah.
Well, I did have one just quick thing, a little point of business from last episode. I got a DM on Blue Sky from the Let's Play Princess, Phoebe from Nerds of Broadcast, who said that she got jump scared by last week's episode for some reason.
Oh.
And so I was kind of hashing it out with her, and she said that there was like some weird thing. Like she said she was just listening to the show, and then like some sort of weird music and demonic like talking broke in.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Like I kind of went back and forth with her on it. We kind of chalked it up to there must have been some sort of like weird Bluetooth speaker cross thing where some other thing must have come through like at that particular time, and it just kind of, but just wanted to like make listeners be aware this is a very normal show where nothing weird ever happens.
I don't know about that.
So don't worry if you ever hear anything strange. You didn't. It's just a very normal show.
No,
it is. Justin.
I
it's fine.
definitely heard that last. I thought you had gotten into backmasking. So
I haven't done anything. I don't know. The
not-
show
can't be the
sounded
Phantom,
fine
right?
to me.
Listen, it's
You're gonna
okay
need to
to
talk to
be front
somebody.
and center with our Eddie Vedder problem. All right.
all right.
It's okay.
Look, you had me going last week. I don't have any reason to not believe you. All I'm saying is I have not heard the ghost of Eddie Vedder
Okay. Well,
at this show.
that's your problem.
Ghost
not
Betty
mine.
better.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
cool and spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently he's been dead for like,
A while.
20-something years.
Yeah.
And
It's
he was
crazy.
replaced. It's like-
Oh.
Avril Lavigne.
It's like what people theorized happened to Paul McCartney, which is still my favorite conspiracy theory of all time.
Or Skater Boy. What's her name?
Avril Lavigne.
Yep.
Avril
Avril
Lavigne.
Lavigne. They've
Yeah.
also said that
Yeah.
she was replaced decades ago by a copycat.
I just
could see
knew
it.
she married the Nickelback guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
but
she did.
see,
she
that's
did
a
do
real
that.
thing. That's a real thing versus a conspiracy theory thing.
I feel like I think I'm not tapped in enough into the conspiracy theory
Yeah.
Yeah.
world because I've never
No.
heard of any of these
That
things.
she died and the record company wanted to keep going, so they hid the fact that she died and they put up a
replacement.
doppelganger.
Oh, not
Mhm.
like they
Yeah.
somehow imbued her body with a different
No.
consciousness. Okay,
No.
that's where my head was going. Weird.
That's a better conspiracy
that'd
theory.
be fun. That'd be more fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's sort of like it's sort of like back in the 90s in WWF when they would just like say, I mean, this guy looks enough like the Undertaker. We can trot this dude out.
yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 100. Crazy milestone. It's weird because like on Nerds Without Pants, we always said the episode titles at the top of every episode. So milestone episodes were easier to track and everything. And
Sure.
it's like, like episode 50 kind of just like came and went. It's like, oh shit, that was episode 50 or whatever. Because I used to go off of like comic book milestone things, right? So pretty much every 25, like that's a cause for celebration. But I've also been doing this for 14 years. So the causes for celebration become fewer and further between. Because it's like, it's a Tuesday. Like it's as M. Bison would say. Speaking of that was the one thing that I had planned for this week, is that I bought a ticket for Mortal Kombat 2 last night and then proceeded to fall asleep at like after work and miss the showtime. So have not seen Mortal Kombat 2 as of this recording. You'll have to report back next week. I'm going to try to go see it this weekend instead, along with the Sheep Detectives.
Yeah.
Because that looks delightful. But yeah, that's it for like any, I think, top of the show stuff. 60.
Hello.
Longtime listener and contributor and second time guest. I feel like we got to know you in a certain way in Game of the Year, right? I think Game of the Year discussions are always a good way to get to know personalities. It's always why I think they're a good way of like jumping onto a podcast because you can figure out like what people's tastes are for the year and stuff like that. But we don't know a lot about you before you started listening to the show.
Fair.
And what I like to do, as you've heard on the show before, like whenever we have a new guest, I like to kind of delve into their origins with video games, and more importantly, what, if anything, was that game or games that flipped it from this is a thing that I do as a kid that's a fun pastime to, oh, this is a hobby that I am continuing. Because you're also like you're very knowledgeable, right? I can definitely tell that just from your interactions in the Discord. So you know your shit and you keep up on shit, even if you might not necessarily be like bleeding edge like the way that I am. You're still abreast of everything going on. So kind of how did that start for you, and how have things progressed, over your lifetime?
I mean, video games started, I can't remember a time when I wasn't playing video games, really. Like I had an NES like very young and was playing that, and then had a Sega Genesis, and just forever. Like lots of let's see, first games that I can really remember playing are probably Final Fantasy, honestly, on the NES. Started there, and then the first game I ever beat, because I was a child, so I was not beating NES games.
Right.
I've beaten many now, none then. Was Zombies Ate My Neighbors on the Genesis.
Ah, yeah.
I love that game.
That's impressive.
I love that game.
I sat down for just one Saturday when I was a kid, sat down in the morning, played for 16 hours straight,
Wow, and it
and
only
beat
took
that
you
game.
one Saturday. That's crazy.
Well, it did take me 16 hours of one Saturday, but yes.
And you were playing,
Which is long for
That's
games
a long
back then.
time, yeah.
This was
Yeah.
solo play, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see,
didn't
I think
have anybody else to play
I think
with.
I was holding my brother back, is what was happening.
Yeah.
I think I was just wasting all of the lives.
Yeah. No, this was just because even then I never liked to play too many games where there wasn't a proper save system, where it was like you had to put in a code and then it would drop you into this level, but it would drop you into the level with all the starting equipment, not everything you had accrued up to that point.
Right.
So starting there was really hard.
Mhm.
So I was like, no, if I'm going to beat this game, I'm just going to have to do it in one shot. And so I sat down and did it. Had the Game Informer and Nintendo Power subscriptions
Okay.
for like 20 years, like from like my early teens, maybe tweens,
Probably.
until Nintendo Power stopped. And it was like, yeah, a very long time on Game Informer. So I was always keeping up, even though I was playing on a Sega Genesis when the PlayStation was new. And then
Right.
finally playing on a PlayStation when the PlayStation 2 was new, and that sort of thing as a kid. I can't think of a game that flipped it, or because it just has been forever.
Just always ubiquitous, huh?
Just always been just very into video games. Probably when I got when I got the PS2 is when I started really. Yeah, when I got the PS2 is when I started keeping games.
Sure.
Like a collection, as opposed to like swapping them with other people, like swapping cartridges with other kids, or like returning a game to GameStop or something like that. So I'm gonna say the PS2 is when it wasn't a game, but it was a console, and I got that, and I started actually building a collection, and now I have a wall of video games.
That's actually interesting to me because I know that you're big on the emulation stuff, so I just kind of assumed that you were pretty much like Justin, where you may have had games at one point, but now you're pretty much just like all digital.
I am mostly digital, but I have accrued so many. Yeah, that is the cartridge that I. Yeah.
The Zombies Ate My Neighbor's cartridges on the shelf.
Nice. You go ahead and grab it. It's
Dusty.
It's very dusty. I don't play it currently.
Thanks for showing the audio listeners.
Here you go.
This is for
we
you,
really
Justin.
appreciate
There it
that.
is.
This is for you specifically.
Nice.
It says on it, Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
It
And then
does.
there's a lady who looks scared, and there's some zombies walking toward her.
Yeah.
And it also
Mhm.
says Sega Genesis
It
and
does.
Konami. In
Yeah.
case. Thank you.
Nice.
What was I saying?
I don't remember.
Oh, emulation,
As-
old games. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
keep a huge physical collection anymore because I just I'm gonna blame an X on that one. They were just tired. They were like, you should really play any of these, and I was like, okay. And so I
Yeah.
pared it down to the ones that I really cared about.
hmm
I regret it. So I just try to only get things that I would want to display.
Sure.
Right? It went from being a just collection where I just had hundreds of games to more of a curated collection.
That's kind of what I want to lean towards. I've got like a shit ton of medical bills that are coming in now, and it's pretty crazy. And I'm like, I probably need to start actually selling off some games to like make ends meet. And also, like, I've been thinking about it for a long time anyway, because like conceivably, I don't know that I'm ever going to like get around to most of these anyway. And I think the stuff that's the most important to me is games that my mom bought for me. Like those will remain. And then my Final Fantasy games, because I've made a point of collecting like as many of those as I can. Like I had actually moved on towards like the Japanese versions of them. I stopped at PS1, but I was like, I actually need to get like Japanese PS2 and 3 while they're still cheap, because that's not going to be the case much longer. Just to have like the differences in the box art and stuff like that. But I like having like my Final Fantasy thing, and then everything else is kind of like, this was a cool idea, but I've been in this house for 5 years, and I've barely set foot into that game room that is still not fully put together. And the only time that I've done that is to play stuff for games my mom found, which has not worked out the last couple times because I've bought like I think 2 used PS2s, and they're both in different versions of disrepair. So it's like I just have to emulate this anyway. So yeah, that's
Addie,
really the rough part about video game collecting. The hardware is I think the hardest part, because that stuff eventually fails. And I don't know if I mentioned it on the show, because they did announce that that new Neo Geo console, where it's basically it's the same form factor as the original Neo Geo, but the guts are new, but it plays the old carts, and they're also reissuing old carts. And I'm like, if Sony and Nintendo got on the ball with that, like they would make a killing. Like if I could get a new PlayStation 2 that will run PS1 and PS2 games, but also I can connect to the store to buy digital games as well.
Oh yeah.
Fucking A, man. Like
Yeah.
I am so there. I will pay $400 for that. Like even, conceivably it should be less than that, but like
Yeah.
I would pay a
You would
premium for that ability.
You look like you have a question, Addie.
Oh, I was going to ask you, as part of your history, when did you start doing like writing stuff about video games?
I maintained a blog for a long. It was, I don't know, late 2000s, early 2010s. was just writing just a blog and things. There was very briefly I was writing for a website that no longer exists called Player Affinity. Gone. It's fine. I saved all the web pages of the things I wrote because
Nice.
I'm a hoarder, digital and physical. Yeah, and then I would write. I had kept a blog where every week I wrote what I had played in the last week and what my thoughts were currently on it, or what had changed, or etc.
Did that come from like a specific game that prompted you to do that, or was that more of a like just lifelong interest in games make me want to write about games?
That
Oh,
the
alright.
latter, because I also had a YouTube from like 2005.
Oh, super early.
Yeah, there's very old videos on there. Very young 60. Talking about Luigi's Mansion, I think, is one of the
Nice.
videos that I have up there. Yeah.
Really?
Just
20?
Yeah.
18? 19? Young.
Young. I might have been 16.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, because I should have graduated in 2007.
Also the Wild West of the internet,
Yes.
kind of. So, especially YouTube. Wild
I
West
just-
of YouTube.
I've also just been on the internet for my whole fucking life, which is,
Yeah, you'll have that.
it is what it is.
Shorter than everybody else is here.
It is shorter than everybody else's here. It's true. I'm very young
Not very young.
compared.
But you're a baby.
Not very young. But
Not
a
very
baby.
young, but a baby. Sorry.
Mhm.
Okay.
What are some of your like standout series or like individual games, like stuff that's really stuck with you over the years that kind of you follow closely and kind of have stuck with and whatnot?
Persona is probably the biggest one.
Mm.
I have all of the Persona games. And then just a bunch of. I have a Japanese copy of Shin Megami Tensei If, which is like proto Persona on the Super Famicom. It has a lot of the trappings before they started making Persona proper, of like a high school kids and a story set there. I will dabble in all of the other Shin Megami Tensei games. Persona is the series that I like a lot and follow.
Yeah.
I do think it's maybe important when you say all of the Persona games, because I think the people who aren't familiar with Persona don't understand what that means. And they might be like, oh, Persona 5, so you have 5 games.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's so many like there's the dancing game for 3, 4, and 5. So there's 3
Right.
more games. Persona 5 Strikers, which was the like Dynasty Warriors-esque game. The Persona 5 Tactica. I have 4
The
different
fighting games?
Yep, I have the fighting games, Arena and Arena Ultimax. I have 4 different copies of Persona 3 because I have Persona 3 on the PS2. I have Persona 3 Portable, and I have
Mhm.
Persona 3 Reload, and then I have a Japanese copy of Persona 3 on the PS2.
Isn't there another one though?
So there's
Or is that-
there's base Persona 3 and then Persona 3 FES.
Right. Okay, that's the one I was thinking
Yep.
of.
So I also have Persona
that's
4 and Persona 4
Different from
Golden.
Reload.
And then Reload is the remake as
Okay.
opposed to the like re-release with extra shit.
I can't keep track
Yeah.
of all that.
Yeah.
Reload is the one that I played a couple years ago.
Yes. Reload is the PS5 one, the new one. So yeah, when I say that, I mean that there's a lot. And then there's the Persona Q and Persona Q2 on the 3DS, which was like what's that other Atlas series? Not Mystery Dungeon.
Etrian Odyssey?
Yes, like Etrian Odyssey, but with Persona trappings and characters and aesthetics. Yeah. Lots of Persona. There's a lot of Persona.
There's a big corner of the shelf that is
Yeah.
Persona.
There's a huge. I also just have a sickness, so I have multiple. I have Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal, and then Persona 5 Royal again for the PS5. Because I have the PS4 and the PS5 and Persona 5 Royal, because they all came with their own collector's edition with different stuff.
And you have to have the
that's how
stuff.
they get
And
you.
I got all the stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have the
Yeah.
stuff.
I have 3 different big Persona 5 boxes.
Yeah.
Hey, you're talking to someone that I think has like 12 different copies of Final Fantasy IV in his house.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was gonna say when you were brought up Persona, I was like, so to Julian's Final Fantasy,
Is my
your Persona.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And probably Mega Man is the other big one over the years. I just have I am a big Mega Man fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've played the NES games multiple times. I've played all the Game Boy games. I bought multiple re-releases of the collections they put out.
There's some other big ones, big titles for you though, right?
Mhm. Mass Effect.
Yeah.
It's probably Mass Effect and Persona are probably the 2 biggest ones.
I
With
think
Mega
we bonded
Man
a lot over Mass Effect.
It definitely did. Because we talked about 3 a lot early on in our
Like,
relationship.
Oh, BioWare. Dragon Age before it got shitty.
Yeah, I never liked Dragon Age, but I'm not a fantasy person. See, sci-fi, Mass
Yeah.
Effect.
See, I'm the opposite.
Yeah, you like
Yeah, it's
that.
understandable. Dragon Age is such a weird series because like there's no real through line as far as like the games are so different, but not in like a Final Fantasy way because they are set in the same world, but they can't seem to decide what they want to settle on. Like Dragon Age Origins, I think is still my favorite, but it's generic as fuck.
Yeah.
And then I think Dragon Age 2 has a very distinct, very cool style to everything. Like the designs of the elves, the designs of the Kunari,
Yeah.
like all that stuff is really cool. And then they like backtrack on it immediately with Inquisition. It's like, but you had something there. You had something that looked
I mean,
decidedly
aesthetically,
like
Dragon
Dragon
Age
Age.
2 was good, and then there was a lot of betrayal that happened in that game. And to me, because they like consolified a lot of the combat, and
Mhm.
Yeah, Julian.
No, they did.
PCMR people.
Yeah.
and then like it just like the story, like you couldn't get as much depth with the other characters as you could in the first one, in my opinion. Like there were it just felt like those relationships were more shallow, and I didn't like the characters as much in the second one. And then it just the ending is one of those things where it's like you thought you were choosing something, but you weren't. You didn't get to choose. This is a
That's
bad
always
ending.
good. Yeah.
So that's
I will counter with the fact that game has Meryl, though. And she, like, I literally wrote a blog about how I fell actually in love with that character.
That's
Yeah.
so I think I wrote a blog about from Origins falling in love with Alistair, because I was like, oh, this is my virtual boyfriend now.
Yeah.
Before AI happened.
I think a lot of people did that, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Because he's in 2, right?
I don't
Does
know.
Alistair show up in later games?
He shows up
He
in 2, but he's
does.
not a character.
Right.
Yeah, he was getting drunk off of his ass in my Dragon Age 2 because he left my party in the first one because I didn't realize what decision I was making. I was like, you just left, and now I've got Loghain.
My canonical run of Dragon Age Origins, I think I ended up with Alistair was the king and I was the queen.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Fun.
which was great. Ideal. Anyway, sorry.
I started Dragon Age Origins 3 different times with 3 different races and backstories, and I played a couple hours and then was like, this is boring, and tried a different one.
I got through one playthrough as a mage, which was it. Basically, the way that the combat works for that is, hey, the first 80% of this game is difficult as shit, and you can barely play it. You definitely have to bump it down to easy, and still you're barely surviving. And then the last 20% is you can nuke anything as soon as you walk into a room, and nothing is fun anymore because it's just so easy.
You earned
So
it.
after I did that, I went back and I did a warrior playthrough or something with a noble human or whatever, because I read that's what you needed to be able to marry Alistair. So
Yeah.
you can only get that ending in this one, and I was like,
You had
got
your
it.
goals.
I'm gonna do that. So my canonical ending is one I did a walkthrough for, but
Nice.
but yeah,
No shame in that.
yeah.
Mm.
I don't remember where I was going with that, but
Who cares?
yeah, who cares? Anyway,
Yeah.
back to you. Back to your shit.
Love it. I also have all the Mass Effect books.
Oh,
Nice.
I forgot about that.
I think I'm missing one of them, but it was like the one that was like universally panned. So
Yeah.
I never got around to picking it up.
The last one did get not great.
Mm.
Yeah,
Those
I was
Halo
actually
bindings look
'cause-
worn.
I did. I also have Halo novels because I think the Halo lore is fascinating and barely present in the games.
Very true. Yeah.
I do miss that approach because, like, I was really into that during 7th gen. So, like, I got like the Mass Effect
Mhm.
novels, I got the Dragon Age novels, I read the Dead Space novel
Yep.
that
I have
was
Dead
like
Space Martyrs.
Mhm.
Yep.
yeah, where you learn all about Unitarianism and stuff
Yep.
like that. So, I thought the stuff was really cool, and then they've largely kind of gotten away from that in the last like 15-ish years or so. It's like, that was cool.
Mhm.
I guess part of it is like now they're not really sure. Yeah, it used to be they would make the bets on it, right? Like, we
Yep.
think this is going to be a big deal, so we're going to go ahead and like commission a writer to do a book that's going to come out even before the game comes out. Where now it's like they kind of hedge their bets a little bit more, where you might get something like after the fact. But I kind of like the stuff where it's like, hey, if you read the book, this character is going to be like a little bit cooler for you because you know where they're coming from. When Anderson at the beginning of Mass Effect is talking about his run-in with Saren before, it's like, I know that run-in
Yep.
with Saren.
Because that's the novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin, did you?
What? Hold on. I have. Okay.
I'm holding.
I did it.
I'm holding.
I did it. I didn't have it at the beginning, but I did
Okay.
it.
He did it.
You did it.
I
What
did
did you
it.
do?
I know what he did.
I'm very excited. I think I'm hoping I know what he did.
Yes. 60, it is your first time officially on the show. You're not, not, I mean, it is and it isn't. It's weird.
It's your
Uh,
first, second, first time.
On the regular show.
Yeah.
On this regular show. Not
Not
you
the
know what?
regular
Never
show.
mind. Yeah.
I haven't been on the regular show.
Yeah. Anyway, so it is time for you to answer, for something. I don't know what.
You're not the first to tell me that.
Yeah. Well,
Time to answer for something.
I'm
Oh,
just
boy.
going to press a button. I don't know what it is. Let's see what
All
it
right.
Love
is.
it. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, hit the ground running.
Perfect. That's not the one I wanted, but it'll work.
That's
It's in the ballpark at least.
Yeah,
You know?
I knew. I was like, I know this is the soundboard, but I can't remember exactly which one it is. So,
gotta get
Just
some
go
labels
with
on
it.
your soundboard.
All right. It's time for you to answer 5 questions, 60.
Fantastic. I'm excited.
All right.
Fan of the show.
All right. Perfect. I don't know why anybody's a fan of this show, but here we are. All right. I did this last minute because I completely forgot to do it. So what I did was I turned to my friends on Reddit and
Oh,
just
boy.
picked up every
Oh.
question that I could find on the popular thing, whether it made sense or not. So
Fantastic.
here we are.
Oh, awesome.
Question number 1 from Reddit /Honkai Star Rail.
Okay.
What even is going on inside? You have
Nothing-
no context for this, but just answer it
Nothing
anyway.
good lately.
Oh, that's so
Nothing good lately.
profound.
Yeah.
It's if you just take it
Profound
outside of the Honkai Star
Yeah.
Rail.
Yeah.
I have questions as to why Justin is following r/Honkai Star
No,
Rail.
no. Here's
No, he's in the popular
I'm on the
Yeah.
popular
filter.
thread. It just shows
Like the front
everything.
page. Yeah.
It just
I
shows.
don't know how Reddit works.
Yeah, yeah.
I
See,
don't really either, but
It's
Yeah.
the algorithm, which
It's-
still raises questions
it's
of why.
basically just things that have been uploaded enough times to get there, and that's basically where where we're at here. So,
how is everything inside?
Nothing good. I
Yeah.
have been eating so poorly.
yeah.
Every day for the last week, I have woken up in the middle of the night with a mouthful of stomach acid.
Oh, that's not good. You might want to get something
Unpleasant.
for that. Yeah.
It's been very unpleasant.
Yeah.
I've taken to last night. I went to bed like sitting up to try to keep gravity.
That's what my dad
get
has
gravity
to do.
help keeping it down.
They do have a $400 pillow system that helps with that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Or
right
you could
after-
just enter the Mortal Kombat tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know how
Just
that would
spit
help.
that
but-
acid out.
Oh no, I
Oh,
can
like
use
that,
my acid.
Like the
Yeah.
guy from Deadpool.
Like the guy from Deadpool. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that secretly what Bo Raicho was doing? I don't know.
I was thinking about Reptile, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did have the whole acid. But his blood was acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. Well,
So is he spitting up his blood?
that's the implication.
Maybe.
That's
Which-
worse than
which
what I
seems
thought.
like-
I'm not waking up with a
Which
mouthful
seems
of
like
blood.
any
There's some sort of
fatality.
gastric issue.
Which seems like any fatality would have some sort of effect where, like, the other person getting drenched in his blood would have a real bad time with that. But
Yeah,
we
you
don't
would
ever
think.
breach that issue.
Don't
maybe
they
it's-
have? They do have a fatality, or maybe it's in the newer ones.
Yeah.
Because in the one just called Mortal Kombat 9, doesn't Reptile have one where he like melts them?
I think so.
It would be cool if like you did the fatality and like to the other player or whatever, and then you also just like melted into a skeleton and all your flesh melted off.
I see.
Right.
That would be cool.
It would be cool.
The next question here. I'm jumping around there. These aren't in any sort of specific order.
He says.
From Reddit / Dropout. I have no idea what that is.
Oh,
That-
I love Dropout.
oh, that's definitely Erica, right?
Erica Ishii is on Dropout a lot. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Famously,
Yes.
Ghost of Yote.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Now I know
Put it all
something
together,
about that.
Justin.
Yeah.
Dropout is what College Humor became after
Oh.
they left.
Okay.
Or something.
Famously hosts
Mhm.
Dimension 20.
Yep.
The live play. And then
Game Changer.
Game Changer, which is like the best modern game show, in
Oh,
my opinion, that's
you-
come out in forever.
Would love Game Changer, Justin and Julian. I think you would love Game Changer.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
As the makers of the Stage Select, I think you would love Game Changer.
okay.
The
I'll
premise
check it
is
out.
basically it's
Not
a
heard of
game
any
show
of
where
this.
the game changes every show.
Oh,
and
that's-
the contestants don't know what's coming.
And it's usually absurd and silly as fuck.
good.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's a good time. Dropout's great.
Dropout has
That
You
sounds
probably
pretty
have
alright.
lots of Dropout listeners in the
I
Discord.
bet.
Probably. I had no idea what it was until
Anyway,
But that is
today.
Erica.
Glad
Yeah,
I asked
that is
this
Erica.
question. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Next question from Reddit / Marvel Rivals.
wait, we didn't actually get the Dropout question.
That was the question.
That was the
is
question.
that actually
that's
Erica?
That's definitely Erica,
That's
is
definitely
right?
Erica. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely Erica,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no context.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
context. You don't get
I
that.
thought that
No.
was. I thought he was asking that question.
No, that was the question.
That was
no,
the
that
question.
was the question. Yeah.
The
Thank
answer
you.
is yes.
The
Thank
answer
you
is
for
yeah, it is.
clarifying.
Asked and answered.
Yes. From Reddit / Marvel Rivals. First game on Strategist, and you go against this team, WYD.
What's the team?
You don't get that kind of context.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
So, give me the question again. I'm sorry.
First game on Strategist, and you go against this team, WYD.
Oh, I'm turning the game off because I don't really like Marvel Rivals.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
That's what you doing? I'm doing that.
We played it once. You had a bad time.
I
I
didn't
thought
like
I
it
could
too
probably
much.
get into it, but if I didn't have anyone to play with, then it was not going to be something that was going to get me, and then we just never played again.
Yeah. What I said was, so I didn't hate it, but I was like, I'm not going to play this unless it's with you.
Yeah.
Because I don't care, but I'll play a game with you, and you
Mhm.
never actually picked it up and played it.
Well,
so.
because I felt like if you were just acquiescing to playing the game because I wanted to play it, then I was like, I don't want to make you have a not great time.
I just like playing games with you.
That's cute.
There you go. All right. Next question here from Reddit / Clouds. What kind of formation is this?
Probably cumulonimbus.
That is the
Hmm.
most fun to say.
That's probably
So that
it could be stratus, but probably cumulonimbus if I had to
Stratus.
guess.
But I
Boring.
feel like that's a type of cloud, not a cloud formation.
What's the difference, brother?
I guess I don't know.
I don't know.
Can you
either.
tell me the difference?
No, I don't know either.
That's what there is no difference. That's the secret.
Fair enough. You heard it here first. And finally, from Reddit / NBA Talk, do you agree with Charles Barkley?
Only in terms of video games.
Does he like video
Sure.
games?
No, but he had a video game.
Yeah,
He was in
yeah.
video games.
Yeah.
He had two.
He was
Oh,
in
he did.
NBA
Wait, no,
Jam.
no, sorry, I'm thinking of Shaq.
Yeah,
Never
Shut
mind.
Up and
Think-
Jam, and that was pretty much
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But didn't they make a was it a spiritual successor to Shut Up and Jam like a couple
Jam
years
Guy
ago?
Den, yeah, which was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Didn't
That sounds
age quite well,
wild.
if I remember correctly.
Oh, good.
Oh
Great.
no, I actually played that for a special over at Square Roots, and
That's what I remember listening to. Now that you mention it,
I did not play
not a great experience.
No.
Berkeley
Oh,
Shut Up
no.
and Jam Guy Den.
yeah.
Oh boy.
No.
That's
But
what
Very
I
edgy,
remember.
like mid-aughts
Mhm.
humor.
Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
yeah.
Great. Ideal.
And congratulations, you have answered all the 5 questions. Let's hit a button
Thank
and
you.
see what happens.
Oh, I can't wait.
a teacher.
You know what?
Perfect.
That totally makes sense,
That
Absolutely.
actually.
actually did make sense this time.
As a fan of older women, yes.
Yeah,
I also used to be a teacher.
You did.
there you go.
Kawakami or Tai Takemi 60.
Probably Ty.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
It's a Persona thing.
yeah.
Oh, all right.
You haven't played.
It's 5? Is it 5?
It's
5.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I just asked about playing 5, so
Yeah.
we'll get there.
I have the Takemi statue over here where she's sitting on the chair and has the little clipboard. It's nice. Anyway,
Cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
well, we did it.
We did.
Yay!
Congratulations,
happy.
me, for thinking of that on the fly, because I was really blanking. And I was like, man, I
That's
got until the
listen,
end of
that
this.
worked great.
It's an excellent bit structure for a thing that was last minute.
Yeah.
I
I'm good,
applaud
like,
you.
I'm
Good
an
job.
I'm a professional. That's not true at all.
Well done, Justin.
Thank you.
Professional
I
at
knew you
winging
could do it.
Sometimes being a professional means that you can do it on the fly.
Being a professional at winging it is a very powerful soft skill. Yeah.
Oh, I get on here with 0 prep. It's fun. Absolutely none.
See, when I come to record, I'm always like, I sit down and I have been thinking all day about cool things,
Mhm.
and I sit down and my brain is like,
Yep.
I have
No.
forgotten everything I've played this year. I don't even know
Yeah,
where am I.
You were
At some-
very insistent we open the spreadsheet of what you've played
Yep.
this year.
Of the,
At
like,
some
4
point,
things that
I
I've played.
learned just stop trying to do that. It just doesn't
Yeah.
work out.
Yeah.
Just go in, just go with whatever. Have a couple things maybe, and then it's funny if you forget it sometimes, or you can bring it up next time. It works. It's great.
Yeah.
My general approach to anything is usually to over prepare to the point that I stress myself out
Yeah.
so much that I have a slight nervous breakdown. And then
Yeah.
after the nervous breakdown, realize that I didn't really need to do all of that to begin with.
Yeah.
And I'm fuck it, who cares? I'm just going to wing it anyway. And
Mhm.
then something entirely different happens while I'm in a fugue state and then results.
Yeah.
Usually it's good. So I guess I am good at winging it, but I kind of dissociate when it
Mhm.
I think that's what happened before we were getting together to record some bits that I have planned.
There you go. Yeah.
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 So
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
we can roll into what you've been playing. 60, if you want to take point, or if Addie, if you want to chime in. Like I know y'all play a lot of stuff together.
You can start.
It need not be just 60 or just Addie. We can kind of go
You
around.
definitely have more stuff than me.
I play a lot of games.
So it makes sense, I think, for you to start.
Sure.
Get through a couple.
Sure. So Vampire Survivors is a video game.
It is.
It is a video game.
I don't know if I like it, is the important point. But I have 123 hours in it and all 240
right.
something achievements.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it.
I started playing it, like 4 or 5 years ago? I don't know. Sounds right. And you have more achievements and unlocks and probably hours in it than I have at this point.
Yeah.
But you don't know if you like it.
I don't know if I like it. Here's the thing about Vampire Survivors.
Oh boy.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So it's perfect for me to turn all of the sound down, have a show, some trash TV on, and just burn through it.
And let the lights and colors passively drip dopamine into your blood.
Yeah.
Because I barely have to do anything in the game. I have to move a thumbstick around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, important question though. Did you at least complete a full half-hour run before you started to turn the sound off? Because I do feel that that's such a big part of it, is just how in your face it is with its presentation, especially when everything starts like once it happens, right, and it being, oh, nothing can touch me now. I think I'm going to win, and then especially when like it still doesn't quite happen. Like there's that one run usually where it's like you almost made it, but
It's 29
just not
minutes.
quite.
Yeah, I mean, so I've heard all of the music because when I start a stage, or when I first started a stage 100 hours ago, I wanted to hear the music. So, I've heard all of the music, and I've definitely completed runs that way.
Okay.
And I turn the music all the way off, and then I turn the sound effects not all the way off, but like barely up. So I still hear all of the
Gling, 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 gling.
yeah. I still hear all of the sounds, and I just don't have the music on, and then I have fucking Hell's Kitchen or something just running.
Mhm.
That's what I did eventually. Because the music, listen, a lot of the music's very, very good.
It is.
But
very
it
repetitive.
is repetitive. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I could see after you've had your fill of it, just turning it
Yeah.
off. I do the same thing. So.
Especially once you get to the point where you know that you're going to last the whole 30, right?
Yep.
Like at a certain point, even no matter what items you're getting, like you're like, okay, this is what I got. I know that I can like build towards this thing, and like you can kind of. That's the thing I do like about Vampire Survivors is that every build is viable, so you don't necessarily have to like you're not going to get screwed out of stuff once you know how everything works and how everything is put together, right? It might not necessarily be like the stuff that you wanted for a run, but it's like, okay, I can work with this, right? And I appreciate that about the game. Crawlers is a little bit more rigid, I've found, with that type of stuff, as far as like selecting. Like I find myself selecting like the same handful of weapons and like buff cards on every run. 'Cause I'm like, okay, I'm not going to make it without these.
It's kind of a big drawback of that game, in my opinion, is that you kind of start to aim towards certain things, even like, I don't know, just because they work. And it doesn't have the same spice as like, oh, I have the fire wand in Survivors, right? That's cool. It has a visual thing. I can kind of aim this around. In this, it's just a thing that does a certain amount of damage every time. And it's like, okay, that's kind of boring. It doesn't have the same appeal to me. It's okay. Because that's what
only
I've been
a
playing.
handful of the evolved weapons and crawlers have that same punch.
Yeah, I'll agree.
And but
the disappointing part is you see those very early in crawlers. Like I think my second or third run, I got one of the big ultimate things, and I wasn't getting that shit in Vampire Crawler or Vampire Survivors until like way later on, and then I figured out that stuff existed, and it was cool to discover that it existed. Where here it's just like, yeah, you're just gonna try to get this, and then once you get this, you're gonna try to combo into it every time because that's what you do here, and then you win.
Although I've been trying like a motherfucker to evolve the dagger this entire time, and they will not drop the second card that I need to evolve the dagger. And the dagger is like one of the most basic weapons in that game.
Yeah, the knife is yeah.
I'm like re-rolling every time, and they're just not giving it to me.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've played for 4 hours and I have evolved the dagger.
Nice. Perfect.
So
Well
this
done.
is my biggest problem with I'm not very into RNG and run-based games. So that's the worst part to me is I'm just like, well, this didn't go great because I just didn't happen to get something like the right pulls to get anywhere. So I died earlier than I would have if I had got like the right things that combo with this thing or do this.
Right.
That bums me out.
Yeah. So I am now in like the very late game of Vampire Crawlers. Like I'm almost done with getting all the trophies, and that is becoming a bigger issue. Is because like I said last week, the game is the reverse of Vampire Survivors, where it gets harder the further you go in, and it gets to a certain point where the groups of enemies are doing like, if you don't mitigate it, they can take out like 45 hit points off of your health. And you're still probably only got around 100 hit points, give or take 30 or 40 if you've been like getting items to add to your overall hit point total during the run. But there'll be time, and there are ways to mitigate it, right? So it's like you armor up, or you knock them back so that there's fewer enemies that are attacking that turn, or you freeze them all or whatnot. But every once in a while, you might just have a hand where you don't have any of those cards and you just eat all 50 hit points of damage and there's nothing you can do about that. And that feels real bad. I was on the last fucking boss today before, like after work, and I think I was so close. And then it was just like a thing where he was doing like 30 hit points of damage every time that he would attack, but he only attacks sporadically. And I was able to like stop him from doing that a lot, but there came a turn where he was about to attack and I had fuck all, and I'd already used my revive for that run, and I was like, that feels terrible. That feels like playing ball pit again.
Yeah, that's card-based games sometimes. I got past the bridge and I realized that I didn't pass it the first time because I was just dumb. I was like, oh, yeah, I should have been playing it like this. I understand now. That was my bad. But also, I didn't have Arcana unlocked. I don't think. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's a big thing. I can tell.
Yeah.
I think I used the one that just keeps increasing your hand size because I was like, that's absolutely busted.
I don't have that one. That's great.
It was either that or it was it was just the character I was using had that ability. I can't remember, but whatever I was doing that just that kept increasing the hand size every turn, especially because the battles on the bridge are really long. I was just like, oh, this is just busted. Eventually I can just play the whole deck every time. Like I just draw my whole deck. As long as I can combo the mana stuff, I pretty much can't lose here. It was and then it was just like almost, and then it kind of became a slog because I was like, well, I can do this every time. It's very easy, but I still have to sit here through this battle every time and do the same things over and over again. And I'm like,
it's not the same as Vampire Survivors where you can just set the controller down and walk away.
Yeah, and that's kind of fun. Yeah, and that's kind of like
I've done that so many times.
That's like a victory run. You're just like, oh yeah, this is great, awesome, perfect.
See, and meanwhile, I think that's the fundamental difference between because Justin, you know cards, right, and everything. I didn't clue into that, right? So I literally just today finally got like a 12 combo thing, which is the thing that you need to unlock like some late game stuff. And it's like I had to really like fight hard to even make that happen. Right. And yeah, because like the hand size thing never really occurred to me that because if you have more cards and you have more opportunities to like keep the combo going.
It's the basic rule of Magic the Gathering, Julian. Magic the Gathering is a game of resources, and you have of limited resources. So you have to use all your limited resources. And what's the most limited resources? Most of the time, it's the cards in your hand. They are the most important resources you have. So if you have all the cards in your hand, you have so many resources.
Every option is available.
Yeah,
that's my brother's strategy in every single deck builder we play. Is like draw one card. Give me the card that's draw one card. Give me the card that's draw one card. Let me just draw into all those and be like, I drew my entire deck. Yeah, I can do whatever I want. Now sit there for 2 hours while I take my turn.
Yeah. Vampire Crawlers, to its credit, feels very much like playing a game of Magic where you're playing a combo deck at all times, and you're just sitting there like, okay, I just need to do this one thing and I win, but I have to get there first. And that's the struggle.
I think that's part of my struggle with it, is because to me, the part where it's like, one, I play games very intuitively. I don't play them smart. I'm not I don't have like the Excel spreadsheet in my brain. Like I don't do it mathematically. So when you get to the point where you're like, okay, I can see where I need to go, like what pieces I need to have to get that, like those like killer combos or whatever. But seeing the steps I need to take to get there, everything is like all jumbled in my brain. And I'm like, figuring this out feels like math. I'm just going to pick this card.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
And so I end up having like not a great time with it.
Whereas I was doing like Justin, and it's a character who, when you get the character card, their special ability is every time you play a purple card, you get +1 to your hand.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get that character, I'm just like purple. get that character purple, and then I have my whole
Put all
hand.
put the gems that make it every color in
Right.
Or the gems that are draw a card. I get the attract orb gem.
Oh,
I'm like, yep, that goes on every card.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also doesn't feel great when you get to a certain point and you get a gem and it's like, you don't have anything to put this on. And I'm like,
Come back when you've got cards or cash
yeah,
out.
perfect.
Yeah, right?
I was like, guess
hey.
I'll just take 200 coins. That feels like a ripoff. Like,
Sorry for being good at the game.
yeah, sorry
God.
for being too good. Sorry for making sure I have a optimized deck. You know, get fucked me.
Well, then you just got to make sure that you're going to the blacksmith and adding more slots to your cards.
Well,
so
I just unlocked
Because I guess
that.
that's
yeah.
the other part. The other part of the deck builder is it's big hand, small deck, right? You want the hand size to be really big, and then you want the deck size to be really small.
Yeah.
So you can get the whole deck in your hands.
Yeah, you don't ever want to exceed the maximum amount of
Does that
cards
sound like
that
a
you
euphemism?
put in your deck.
No.
You want the minimum amount of cards at all times so that you draw the same things consistently.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Now. I'm not a card game
It's
person,
literally
so-
like
Yeah.
my brother refers to it as creating the engine
Yes.
because it's essentially like you're building the system that is going to
Mhm.
run over and over and over and over again.
Right.
It's just predictable but also effective.
It's
Yes.
why in a lot of the roguelite card games they put the option to like destroy cards from your deck. Most of for like a new person to a card game, it's like, well, why would I want to get rid of anything? But like once you get used to that sort of thing, you're like, oh no, I really want to get rid of stuff. That's actually good.
Especially if you're doing anything where like you're getting an upgraded version of a card that you have, so then you can get rid of the card, the original card,
Right.
like the starter card, because it's like, oh, this is less efficient than drawing the upgraded one where it's like
something that is
two
in
resources.
the way of everything. Like every time you draw, you're like, I don't really need this. Like it's just kind of fodder. There's a lot of reasons, but it's for what it is. Vampire Crawlers is fine. I don't know. I've picked it up a few more times as of late and played it, and then I'm like, yeah, this is fine. That's kind of my assessment of it. I'm like, yeah, this is fine. I'm not super into it, but it's fine.
What's interesting about Vampire Crawlers for me is that like on paper, that's an Addie game. Like that is a game that I should be all over and be super into. And it's not that I don't like it. I do like it and I enjoy playing it. I have that like draw of like, oh, yeah, it feels like it's time to play Vampire Crawlers. But in general, I like Vampire Survivors a lot better, and I was not expecting that to be the case.
The perfect storm that is Vampire Survivors is probably never going to happen again. I think they'll make that person or group or whatever they are now will make some pretty interesting and cool games in that universe, and they'll be fun.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll ever hit that high again. Like, that was just like such a unique idea that it was, I hope they do. That'd be great. But like, if they never do, it's great. They've gotten enough clout now to where people will check out probably whatever they make, and that's
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And even though because I'm in the same camp, I like Vampire Survivors more. But I started out the week telling myself, okay, you're almost done with Relooted. I know Legacy of Kain Ascension is only like 4 hours long. You should finish those so that you can like bring those into the show this week. And every time that I sat down, I was like, but Vampire Crawlers though.
Yeah.
And like every time, like could not stop. And then Mixtape came out yesterday, and that's a game that I've been waiting for. And it's the reviews are fucking stellar.
I've seen that.
And I was like, but Vampire Crawlers though.
Yeah.
I was like, I could put a couple hours into Mixtape and just have like a very cursory amount of stuff to talk about it, or I could talk more in depth about Vampire Crawlers. Having said that, I think one of the big things for me that's different from Survivors in a bad way is that it doesn't have the same amount of what the fuck to it. There's not as many times where it's like, what just happened? Like, what did I just see?
Yeah.
There was this one moment where I had been running through like the dairy plant so many times. I was trying to do something and I kept failing. And then I just walked down this random hallway, which was like not in the direction of the boss. It was just, I was like, oh, there's like a torch here that I need to break because I see it on the map. And all of a sudden, this like boss enemy just like came out of nowhere and the music changed.
Oh.
And like there wasn't really anything other. It was just another mini boss. Like it gave you the same reward or whatever. But it kept the music that changed for like the rest of the run, and I was like, that was cool. That's kind of the stuff that I've been a little bit missing. Is that there isn't that like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? Like what was that? Right? Like or that moment, you know, like there's that moment in Vampire Survivors where it's like, oh, I just figured out how to beat death.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fucking rad, right? Or just like that one level later on where it's just like it just goes like up and down and like that's where that weird crab shows up. There's also just like a lot of weird enemies there, and it's like the further down you go, like the weirder it gets, and you can also like go through the walls and stuff. Like there isn't stuff like that, or at least I have not discovered shit like that in Vampire Crawlers, and I do think that's a bit of the secret sauce that it's missing.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of absurdity in Vampire Survivors.
Yeah,
too,
I think it's a very funny game.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I am looking forward to seeing like what they add to this, but also like what they do next. Because like I definitely think they could do other weird shit if they want to take the card aspect of it. Like I wouldn't mind seeing them take a stab at like the Marvel Snap or Hearthstone, you know, take on things.
Yeah.
Or you know, they could even do like some sort of weird like Diablo style game where it's more of a game, but it's still like super rudimentary. Like because you know it's like they went from like kind of quasi 8-bit to quasi 32-bit, right?
Yeah.
They could also do like quasi like early 90s PC if they wanted to,
that would be
right?
funny.
And it's still like
that would be
obviously like on a budget and stuff like that, but more elaborate than what they're doing here. I think there's definitely room where they could do like a lot of neat shit with this thing. But 60, you 100-something hours in Vampire Survivors, but you're not sure you like it.
I'm not sure that I like it. It's slotting in perfectly as a nothing game that I can keep my hands occupied while I watch a show.
Do you not like turning your brain off?
No.
That's weird to me.
Oh, my brain is constantly running.
Well, that's why
it's a problem.
That's the thing, right? So at least my ADHD experience is that my brain is constantly running. I need a thing that is making so much visual noise or auditory noise. So much stimulus is happening to me that I can't pay attention to what's happening in my brain. So Vampire Survivors scratches that itch for me because it's like it's sensory fucking overload.
Yeah.
Great. And I'm paying so much attention to like I'm just essentially disassociating to the lights.
Yeah.
Because I like lights, shiny.
Yeah.
And so it's like I can shut my brain off. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll turn the music all the way down and then just play my own music and then just fucking.
I mean, that's what I'm doing, I guess, with a show on but my brain doesn't shut off like that.
I'm sorry.
I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I guess what I ended up saying was that, you know, it might not be, you might not like the game, but it's definitely scratching an itch.
Oh, it's definitely, like I said, it's slotted into something that I want, which is, like I said, something that keeps my hands busy, but also requires none of my attention.
Right.
Really.
And no thought.
That I can watch a show because I can,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a similar way. Like, I know y'all play porn games also, but it's a similar way. Like, if I get into like a really good like sandbox porn game where there's a lot of like where you can actually choose where you want to go and stuff like that, and it's got like the daily loop type of thing, I'll put on like YouTube in my living room, and I will just like progress like character storylines until like 2 a.m, right? Because like there's something about that loop of like, okay, get up. Today I got to go to work, and then after that, like so and so wants to talk to me, so I'll go do that. That'll progress their story. But then I got to go do this mini game or whatever and whatnot. And then it's like, like I will burn time and not even realize it because that loop just becomes so like satisfying.
It's autopilot games.
So here's exactly what it is. I am the type of person that when I play Assassin's Creed games, like back in the day, I don't really play them anymore. I did everything. I went and I ticked every box because I love ticking a box.
Yeah.
And there are literal boxes in Vampire Survivors.
That's
There's
true.
a whole
There's
menu
a whole list
of
of boxes
hundreds
that you have to check.
of
That's
boxes
true.
to tick, and I can just go down the list and tick the box. And I would do the same thing by the end game of Assassin's Creed, where it's like I finished all the story and now I'm just literally hitting everything on the mini map, where I would have like the sound practically off and have like a podcast running or something.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's the end game of that, but the
it's the
whole
whole
game
game.
is that.
No, that makes sense. And to be fair, like I've been in a similar situation. I remember, way back in my Nerds Without Pants days, 'cause this was back when I was writing it for Pixelbit, is playing all the way through 2 Human on the Xbox 360 and not being able to decide until after credits had rolled, and I was like writing my review on if I liked it or not, because like the whole time I was like, man, like every time that there's something about this that I like, there's like 2 things that I can find that I don't like, and it was like a very I struggled with it, and like ultimately I really do like 2 Human, but I had to divorce it from the decade plus of like hype that had been building around that game, because it was shown off on the PlayStation 1 initially in magazines, and from the get-go, like the whole thing was like, yo, like what does it mean to be human? Like, how many cybernetic implants do you put in before like you're no longer like truly human? And then you get to the game and it's like, do you want implants or not? Binary choice. And then that's it. Like, it's just the one thing. Like
Light side or dark side.
The narrative doesn't change depending on, based on like what your choices are. And it's not like, you are actually giving up more of your humanity for upgrades. It's like, no, it's you're cybernetic or you're human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But cyber Vikings is still a really fucking cool concept.
That's what got me in.
And there are really neat parts in that game. Like even now, they would never touch it because I think it's like a poisoned IP. But like Microsoft does own that franchise, and like I think that someone could take another stab at it and do something cool with it.
I didn't know that they owned that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do they own it? That's Silicon Knights, right?
It was developed by Silicon Knights. Yes.
Do they
But
own all
Microsoft
the Silicon Knights
owns
stuff?
the IP.
Oh, okay. Just that IP they own. I got very excited for a second that they had Silicon Knights IP.
That's why they were able to put it out for free.
Well, they had to.
Yeah, they had to. But they were able to put it out. Period.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think the only IP that Silicon Knights own. Oh, actually, I don't know that they own anything that they've worked on. Now that I think about it.
Eternal Darkness
because
isn't?
Nintendo owns Eternal Darkness.
Yeah.
Crystal Dynamics owns Kane.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The Nintendo could do something. That's what I was like. I was like, oh man, Microsoft has Eternal Darkness. That's fantastic. They should do something with that.
I wish, because like Microsoft would have a better.
Yes.
I feel like they would probably actually do something with Eternal Darkness, where I don't think Nintendo ever would.
No, they're not going to touch that.
Yeah.
Boo.
I think you'll probably see it come to Nintendo Switch Online at some point for the Switch 2.
Oh yeah.
But
That's a good point.
that'll be it.
Hey, welcome to Sex Toy City. My name is Clint. What can I do to get one of these in you today?
I've never been in here before.
Well, you came at a great time. Big sale going on. We got a 2-for-1 deal on double-ended dildos. You interested?
No. I can't imagine a scenario where I need to pleasure 4 people at once.
Okay, not a lifestyle man, eh? All right, fair enough. I got a shipment of fleshlights out of manufacturing area. They have openings on both ends, so things get a little messy, but they are 50% off.
I'm good, thanks. I had heard actually that you carry sex robots.
Ah, man of culture. Yes, we have the Lisa Mark II in stock right now. That's just the product name, though. You can set up any name you like as many times as you like.
Oh, wow.
Stands for Let's Initiate Sex Automaton.
I see. I was wondering about her strength, actually. Like, She's not Terminator strong, is she?
No. That's the first question I always get on the Lisa. She's no stronger than a regular human by default, although some customers increase her strength setting a bit when she's in Futa mode.
I'm sorry, Futa mode?
Oh, yeah. These babies have fully swappable genitals, or you can equip both at the same time for those nights when you're not sure what you're in the mood for. Some people like a little more force when Lisa's doing the thrusting.
Oh, I see. Not sure I'm into that, to be honest.
Oh, hey, come on. It's 2026. Don't be afraid to put something in your butt. Trust me on this.
Well, I'm more asking because I'm kind of into submission and wanted to know if it's safe to have her, well, step on me. You know.
Say no more, my friend. You are in total control of what Lisa dishes out. She won't crush your balls unless you're into that, in which case she will totally crush your balls within reason.
Do you have any in stock?
I have 2 left, $2,000.
Oh, that's steep.
Well, I do have an out-of-the-box one on discount, totally sanitized and refurbished, don't worry. The only thing is her voice box is stuck on masculine, but she comes dressed as Dr. Girlfriend from the Venture Brothers. She's discounted by 500 smackaroos.
That's exactly what I was looking for. Sold.
Excellent. You want me to make sure the dick's already attached before you take her home?
I mean, duh.
The Stage Select is made possible through the support and funding of viewers like you. Here are our wonderful patrons.
Well, that was a lot about vampire crawlers and survivors. Actually, before we move on with 60 and Addie, Justin, why don't we go ahead and take a minute to thank our lovely patrons real quick?
Okay, we can do that.
We appreciate all of our lovely patrons, but every week we like to thank the executive producer tier. And this week we have the Let's Play Princess of Nerds Broadcast, who definitely didn't hear anything strange.
We have Blaine Thea.
We have Bill Tucker of A Gamer Looks at 40.
We have Dr. Delicious.
We have Addie XD. That's you.
That's me.
We have
That's you.
60 X Celph. That's the other one.
It's you. That's me.
Yeah.
We have Game Johnson of Retrofits.
We have Big Baker.
We have Eric Peacock of the Soundtracker Podcast.
We have Raymond Crumb.
We have Dennis Robertson.
We have Matt Jorgensen.
We have Andrew Wilson.
We have Bookie.
We have friend of the show, John Gholson.
We have David Portnov.
Really popping those plosives there.
That's right. That's what I like to do.
We have Stephen Lobo.
We have Xavier Krager.
We have Xrian.
We have Casey Curran.
And last but not least, we have Philip P.K. Becker. Thanks to all of you for supporting the show at the executive producer tier. It means a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, moving
My
on.
pleasure.
What other gaming stuff? Actually, I do want to talk about this because you mentioned before the show 60.
Yeah.
You said you just like run through like the Gears of War like series recently.
Yeah.
Had you played those before, or was this just like a blind spot that you just kind of wanted to get under your belt?
Oh no, I played a lot of Gears of War 1 and 2, and I thought a lot of 3 and Judgment.
Okay.
Because I had an Xbox 360, so I played that, and then I didn't get another Xbox console until very recently. I got an Xbox Series X. So everything on the Xbox One I missed. No, I
didn't
played
miss much, although I would say I personally think that Gears of War 4 and 5 are really great. And I'm disappointed that the next Gears game is not Gears of War 6.
Yeah, so Gears of War 4 is the next one I'm on to. No, I got kicked off because I played Gears of War Reloaded on the PlayStation 5 because that was just... I'm going to do the same thing with Halo when that comes to the PlayStation 5 because it's
the novelty.
Yeah. And then when I was done with that, I was like, man, now I just feel like playing... Like, it's been a long time. I'm just going to play through the campaigns of the games and then catch up to 4 because I bought the Series X and I own a copy of 4. So let me just play through it again and then continue where I had left off. And the biggest thing, the weirdest thing, so I played a lot of 1 and 2. I played a lot of 1 and 2 multiplayer. I definitely played through Gears of War 3. I have all the achievements. I have a bunch of multiplayer achievements.
Mm.
When I played through that campaign, I felt like I had never played it again before.
Interesting.
I remembered nothing. Everything was a surprise. I remembered absolutely nothing from that game that wasn't a mechanic or a weapon. The story was nothing.
And that is not your
Interesting.
typical experience.
No.
Unlike me, that is not your typical experience.
It was very weird because I definitely played through the story. I have all the achievements. Nothing.
Maybe
Interesting.
Is it just bad? Like, is it just a bad story?
It's not.
Like,
It's
boring?
very much like Gears of War 2. It's on par.
I think though, maybe you might feel the same way because Gears 2 is absolutely my favorite one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think story wise, like it has like the most standout moments. I think it also has the most standout like level set pieces, like that I still remember to this day, even though I've only played it the one time. Where I think Gears of War 3, and it's not bad by any means, it's still great, and it's a great close to that trilogy. But the highs are higher in 2, and I think they kind of outshine 3.
That might be the case. Yeah, because I just, like I said, nothing. It
Yeah.
was really like I had played it, never played it before. Same with Gears of War Judgment.
Judgment I have not played, which is funny because Baird is like my favorite character, and I never got around to playing Judgment. I know that people hate Baird, but I always thought that he was like the most fun of the characters.
Yeah, I like he's snarky and a little bit caustic. I'm into it.
Yeah. Baird with Coltrane, right?
Yep.
Like
Augustus Cole.
Cole, yeah. They're just like a great duo. And it's fun to see Baird in 4 and 5 because, well, I think I don't know if he's in 5, but in 4 because he goes some places that is interesting.
That's interesting. No, the problem I have with Judgment is it commits like every sin that a game prequel can. Like it introduces a whole bunch, so it's a prequel, but it's got a whole bunch of enemies and weapons that you never see again chronologically.
That is why I am so anti-prequel in video games specifically.
Yeah.
Because they have to iterate on the mechanics and everything, but it's like, but why don't we have this anymore?
Yep. Why don't I ever fight this enemy that like mutates if you damage it enough but not kill it? Like you never fight that again, and it's like that's a pain in the ass enemy. Why didn't the Locust keep using that? That seems like something that would have been great.
The worst offender of that, and I always think back of what it could have been. And I don't think it's a bad game. A lot of, like it gets a bad rap. I think it's a disappointing game, which was Batman Arkham Origins. Because that was the perfect place to actually be like, we're scaling back the mechanics because this is Batman at the beginning, and the game is going to be you building up to those mechanics over the course of it, where, oh, he runs into this problem, let me come up with the Batarang, right? Like, and so on. And then also just like, they kept the same structure as the other games, which is that it takes place in one night. It's like, so you motherfuckers are telling me that in one night, Batman met half of his rogues gallery for the first time, and the Joker was invented. Like, fuck off. Like, this game should have taken place over the course of a year.
Yeah. That would have actually been, Batman Year 1. If it had been Batman Arkham Origins, but Batman Year 1 would have been great.
Yeah. Or if they just adapted, like made it the Long Halloween, right? Like, just adapt that into a video game, and it's like, you're going through the calendar year with, fighting Holiday. Like, that would have been fucking rad, and you could have done all of that stuff, and it would have made, like, perfect sense. But yeah, it's such a disappointment. Not a bad game by any stretch, and there's actually some boss fights in there that are really rad, but
and I like the introduction of the Joker in that.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's just like you said, it's a lot when it's like they introduce the Joker and Bane and like just all of the people
Yeah.
in one night.
How did the Return to Gears of War find you, 60? Like, did you have a good time with it, or was it like a little rougher?
So Gears of War Reloaded is, and I don't know if this is because it's like a port to the PlayStation, is super janky. Like I ran into multiple bugs where I like got stuck in a wall, or there's one where it just stopped taking input on a button.
Oh, good.
Until I reloaded a checkpoint, and then it worked fine. Like, it happened a bunch of times playing through that campaign. Gears of War 2 and 3 on the Xbox 360 were still great. And then I didn't finish Judgment. So I remembered that I played Judgment. I thought my memory was I had never finished Judgment. So I was like, this is my chance to finish it. Went back again. Achievements. I have finished that game. No memory of it at all. But it's not great. So I'm not going to finish that one. I'll just move on to Gears 4.
Sure. Yeah. Plus that, now you're going to you're going into like fully new territory. So that'll be exciting. I'll be curious to hear what you think of the new characters. I personally really like them, but they are very divisive.
Yeah, it's his
especially
son, right?
Marcus's son. Yeah. Who
JD.
I really enjoy because he is such a departure from Marcus's character.
Interesting.
And it makes sense in the era that he grows up in, where it's like, I'm growing up in peacetime. Like, I don't, I didn't go through the shit that my old man did. So like, I have a very different outlook on life.
Yeah. The Gears games, it's Halo and Gears have such deep lore, and I love lore.
Same.
I love lore that's not present in the games barely. It's like things that you have to like read in like the collectibles you pick up and piece together from stuff like where the Queen came from and all of that. I like that. So I'm excited for 4 and to get more lore.
Yeah, it definitely goes to some interesting places. And also, like, I think, again, set piece wise, like, I want to say it was 4. There's some parts in 4 that are like right up there with 2 for me, as far as just like, holy shit, like, I can't believe I just got to do that. That was fucking awesome.
Does anything top the Rift Worm? Because going inside of the Rift Worm is so bananas.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, but also I think for me the big high point on 2 for me is the Brumac, like getting
when
to
you ride the
yeah, and there's some moments in 4 that I think like reach that, where it's like, this is just such a cool like power fantasy thing
fantastic.
going on.
That is, I like that part a lot. That is probably the part in 2 that got replayed the most. When like my friends, we would just like load that level up and play on the Brumac and just fucking mow everything down.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that series coming back, but again, I like, an Emergence Day game is just not what I'm here for, especially with the way 5 ends. Like, I'm so ready to see what happens after 5, and it's like, oh, so that's like another like 4 or 5 years away at minimum, like after Emergence Day comes out. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else that you've been up to recently, 60, or Addie, if you want to chime in? Haven't heard much from you tonight so far.
I've mostly been playing little games.
Little games are fine.
But I've played 2 big games that we could talk about. Are you remembering one? Oh,
You're gonna want to talk about that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, but like I played Clover Pit a lot in the beginning of the year, which is like a slot machine run based
slot machine
roguelike thing.
Kind of taking the Balatro path, right? Yeah.
I played another one that was like that's called Raccoin, which is a coin pusher roguelike.
Oh, I've heard. Okay. Yeah, I've heard some podcasts talking about that.
And
recently.
There's like specialty, like you can get specialty upgraded coins that do like cool things. It's really neat, and I played it for quite a bit, but it is very much like all right, like we're doing this thing that we're doing while we're watching shows or doing something else because it's like we're just pressing the buttons at this point.
Sure.
But in terms of like big games, I think one of the big games I played was Silent Hill 2 remake, but I don't have a whole lot of feelings about it because like it's fine.
Was that your first experience with Silent Hill 2?
No.
Okay.
I played Silent Hill 2 way back.
Okay.
I played it a bunch of times. Definitely like more than any other Silent Hill I've played too. But the remake was like, I really liked what they did with like the other world aesthetically. And some of those levels, the way that those were designed were really cool. But it also was like, kind of buggy. Like the fog bugged out a whole lot in that game. And I was just like, we spent a lot of time on making this. So why are we here?
Well, I wonder, because I don't have a PS5 Pro, and I wonder if it's held back by that for our experience.
Well, that would be
a bummer.
Silly if that's the case.
Because it came out before the
otherwise
Pro.
It looked good.
Did it?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, so that would be
Older than
interesting.
I thought.
But that is
2024.
It's interesting that you brought that up because I was over a friend of the show, John Gholson's house, and he had just picked up Monster Hunter Wilds, and he was showing me like, oh, there's these weird like graphical things where like the textures warp, and he showed me and like, yeah, it's like it almost looks like the textures are like changing resolution like on like live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm like, oh, I wonder if I would even see that on the PS5 Pro. Because that's the thing is that like having bought a Pro, I can't really speak to like, oh, this is so much better or blah, blah, blah. But I think more it's just like, I'm not noticing shit that other people are noticing in their games, and that's kind of the reason that I bought it. So it's not like the massive upgrade that the PS4 Pro was over the PS4, but it is like, basically I'm just like, I buy PS5 games comfortable knowing that like, this is the best place to play this game, and I'm just, it just works like most of the time the way it's supposed to.
I feel like my mind has been changing a little bit in that regard because like now that I can play games on the PS5 here,
yeah,
I often will be like, oh, let's play on the PS5.
I'm slowly dragging you away from PC Master Race.
Listen, it's just because I can only afford one thing, and if I have to have a computer, I might as well have that be my gaming experience.
Yeah, makes sense.
Especially right now. Holy shit. Switch 2 just went up as we're recording this.
Oh my god.
Fuck, really? What did it go up to?
It went up by $50.
Oh my god.
How much is it now?
Yep.
What's that now?
That puts it at
300 for the base unit without Mario Kart.
Oh my god, it's more expensive than I realized. I didn't realize it was $450.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to get a Switch 2. I'm definitely not going to get a PS5 Pro now.
My kids saved up all of their money for like a year and a half in order to get a Switch 2. I can't, like, they would have to save all of their money or a Switch, that's what I mean. Yeah. The original Switch.
Which was $200.
And it was like a year after, maybe a year or two after it came out or something like that. And then, so.
No, it's ridiculous.
That's as expensive as a VR system.
I'm surprised they went up on the Switch too.
I mean, the reality of all the shit going on, right?
And then also like logistical supply chain, whatever.
It's just so new. I guess it's not new still, right? Has it been a year?
No, I mean, it's new enough. Like none of this should be happening. Like all of these consoles. Well, the Switch 2 shouldn't be dropping in price anytime soon, but like the PS5 and Xbox Series should have both like dropped multiple times by now, and instead they have ascended multiple times.
Yeah, that stopped with the one in the PS4. Like they stopped going for price reductions.
Yeah, and even like 7th gen, like those didn't drop as far as I would have expected them to back in the day. Like I don't think they ever got below 200. I want to say that 199 might have been as low as those went. Like they never even broke into like 150.
No, yeah, that's true.
But at least they dropped like over time.
Yeah.
But Addie, you had you had big games you wanted to talk about.
Game?
The other big game?
Your second big game?
The other big game is Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Ah, yes.
Oh boy.
There was a lot there was a lot that happened with that game. Although I will say, I think that 60 and I kind of disagreed with our takes on it a lot. And I think that since we have had time to kind of digest it a little bit, I think we're closer.
Maybe.
I think we're more aligned than we were before.
Maybe.
We didn't really fight about it.
No.
Yeah.
But
there was some like not bickering, just like pushing
agreement.
back and forth. Yeah.
Just like no.
Because I guess my feelings on it are like, they're so complicated because there's so much that I see. I see a lot of sins. The game has committed a lot of sins, in my opinion. But at the same time, I really like playing it. I did get drawn in, but not like in the same way that I get really obsessive about a game. So I do like, I have taken long breaks of like maybe a month without playing it and then picked it back up or whatever and made more progress in it, which is not typically how I engage with things that really pull me in. But
that was kind of Justin's approach to it also.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just didn't like, it didn't grab me, but I didn't like, it was a weird situation that I don't experience a lot because it was something where it's like, okay, it doesn't have its hooks in me, but also I'm not like forgetting about it. I'm not like I didn't get to a point where I was like, I'm just not going to go back, which is usually what happens if I don't play a game for a month. So
Sure.
It had enough draw for that. But like, I think that part of the reason for that is like, especially in terms of the story, because story is often what I am going into a video game experience for. It does a lot of like gesturing at cool things, but it is not very effective in the way that it tells the story. And like, I looked into it after the fact because I was like, I got to a certain point. I think we looked at it actually in the middle.
Yeah.
I got to a certain point. I think it was like, for lack of a better phrase, like the second level of like social link, I guess, with one of the characters. I think it was the mage character. What's her name? Lune. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, her stuff is the most frustrating for me.
It was like her second social link thing, and she's having this conversation, and they're asking questions back and forth, and right when the answer is about to happen, it moves into exposition, and it's like, oh, and then they spent time answering questions, and I was like, hello?
I'd love to know what those answers were.
Excuse me? Like, what? Right. We're not actually doing character building here. We're just like, and then this happened. But it was one of those things where it's like, at that point, I was like, this feels like an inexperienced writer.
Those
it's
spots in particular feel like they added them to the game because they wanted that in there. Somebody went, we really want the Mass Effect style, like character, get to know you type stuff. But we don't really know what to put here.
Yeah.
It just felt like it was kind of thrown in at some point, like it felt really added after the fact.
And also, you can just like grind through it in one sitting if you want for a lot of them.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, that's part of it that from a writing standpoint feels like it's part of that gap in experience because it's like, it's almost as if you can tell that the person who wrote it has a very, very strong outline and then never actually like bridged the gap on a lot of those pieces to fill out that dialogue, which is weird to me because especially in the beginning, in like the first, this is another thing that I don't love, in the first like hour and a half of the game, there are so many moments where I laughed out loud because the dialogue was really good and really snappy and there were just some really funny moments. And then throughout the rest, I mean, listen, I understand that there's a tonal shift in the plot, but there wasn't that kind of like snappiness or levity in the back half of it, like the remainder of it, which I found to be weird. But it very much came across as like, this seems like an inexperienced writer because they're doing the like, I'm going to tell you what happened instead of actually showing you what happened, and we're gonna put all of this interesting stuff in exposition so we can push this, quote unquote, push the story forward. But the problem is that you then are not getting a lot of emotional buy-in as a player or as an audience. And so, and we were talking about this earlier where, when the scene happens, I guess, that everybody talks about, we're just kind of like, all right.
The end of Act 1.
I wasn't surprised by it. And I also wasn't super I was I guess a little affected by it, but I could tell I didn't have the emotional buy-in for that moment to actually resonate.
Yeah. It's way too soon, and also it feels unearned and a little bit cheap. It's like it's like I could almost imagine like the developers being like, did it get you? Did it get you? See what we did there? And it's like, I see what you did there. It kind of sucked. Like maybe if this happened like another 10 hours further in, I'd be more into it. And then I said this during Game of the Year, but I maintain that Verso being part of that party fundamentally fucks up everything that is going on in that story. And the only way I've thought a lot about like how that could have been different, and I have two solutions. One is that Verso is with another character like for part of the journey for a while, and you build a rapport between them.
Yeah.
So that makes things more impactful. Or he does not join until like right towards the end, and there isn't time to ask all of the fundamental fucking questions that he has all the answers to that nobody seems to give a shit about. Or when they do, it's done like Addie, like in those side things where it's like, oh, we're gonna have this cute little conversation. You tell me something and I'll tell you something, and then we don't actually hear like the answers to those very
like the
important
meat
questions.
of those conversations. And then even as the plot goes on, they have these revelatory moments where like the characters are like, oh, I can't believe that's the case, and it's like, why would we not, like, that stuff didn't bother me so much in terms of like while I was playing it. It didn't really I wasn't really bothered by them kind of holding back information as much as it did for other people. It did feel silly, but I had enough attachment to the world and the aesthetic and the vibe, basically, because that's the thing that I like about the game is being in that world and stuff. But
it is a
story wise,
cool
it's like
the world building is pretty cool. Yeah, and I'm interested in them expanding it a little bit. There's a lot. There's some stuff in there that's pretty neat.
And stuff that doesn't get touched on.
Yeah.
Like, who the hell are the painters?
The writers.
The writers. But who the hell are the painters?
That's more or less what I'm interested in. I kind of like that they just give you a little bit of that. And then... And
I want more.
I mean, if there's plans to expand on that in the future. But
I think what I would really love is if there's another game and it's all about the writers. And it's a whole, it's like a completely different cast of characters.
Yep.
And then there's a third game where then it's the writers and the painters.
It's like the conflict between them. I think that's exactly what we said.
That's literally what we said to each other talking about it. Is like second game should be the writers, third game should be the overall like conflict.
Yeah.
That I think that would be the coolest thing.
Hello, hire us. We
get the four of us in a writer's room.
I mean, to me, that's like a really obvious thing, and I would hope that that's where they're going for. But who knows? Maybe they're like, we love Final Fantasy VII so much that our next game is going to be like Final Fantasy VIII, and like it's going to be like a completely different thing. Look, I mean, the director. I mean, he is a huge fan of 8. I mean, that's literally where like a lot of the mechanics of the Expedition comes from. So I wouldn't put it past him. It's like they love the story of 7, but they love the mechanics of 8.
I don't mind the mechanics of 8. The story of 8 is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listening to No One Can Know about this, like that season a couple times, like because I haven't played it all the way through since 1999, and it's like, oh yeah, there's stuff just straight up missing from this game. And 9 has a little bit of that as well. Like there's a part towards the end of 9 where it's like, and then we went to fight these things, but you don't actually do these dungeons or fight these bosses. It's a thing that they did like off screen. And it's like, that's weird. that feels like a thing. Like I don't want them to remake either of those games, but if they did remake 9, then I think that's the thing. It's like, yeah, let's put those dungeons in there that are clearly missing from the game, but also don't remake 9.
Yeah.
But overall, really enjoyed it, Addie.
I did like it quite a bit. I honestly I myself haven't finished my playthrough of it yet. I watched 60 play the end of their playthrough, so I basically have seen
the ending.
Narratively seen all through the end of it. So it has kept me from going back and finishing my own playthrough, I think, a little bit, because I'm just like, all right, well, I know it's here.
Right.
I think overall I did enjoy it. It's almost like I like it to a level that doesn't quite make sense, because I don't feel like the level that I like it is justified by the understanding I have of its flaws. But for whatever reason, it has endeared itself to me enough that, you know,
more than the sum of its parts, right?
Right. So it's like, oh, I could, like, if I'm actually looking at the bits and pieces of things, I could tear this thing apart all day. But I still came out being like, yeah, I don't care much about the story stuff. Is the most I think bothersome for me. Mechanics wise, like the thing that I'm most bothered about in terms of the mechanics, honestly, is the difficulty scaling, because Normal's like, hey, this is for like gamers. This is for like people who care and give a shit about games and like playing on hard mode or whatever, by default. And then easy, the story mode or whatever is like, this is for babies.
Yeah.
This is for sissy little babies who don't actually want to play the game and you just want to like progress the story or whatever. But they do it in a way that's like, and it's not even because what you could have done is you could have made it so that there's no actual like, there's no numbers, there's no like, you're just going through the motions of combat or whatever without any information. But no, what they did was instead they gave you little tiny numbers.
Yeah, they just nerfed the damage.
Yeah.
They just nerfed the damage so hard that like, oh, it's just a little tiny bit of life bar, it barely touched you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
I wish
Oh, please do more of that.
Oh no.
did I go HoloLive for a second?
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
No, and also I was just thinking about it. I think the last boss fight of Act 2 is like way fucking cooler than the last boss of that game. Like the music is like it's the best music in the game. It's like the coolest looking fight, and it feels like there's more stakes to it.
I think that's the Paintress.
The Act 2 one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe so.
You beat the Paintress and then it homages everybody and spoilers.
Well, but I guess I also consider. Well, is it right after? Maybe I guess I'm thinking of the other thing. I was actually thinking of Renoir, like that fight.
Oh yeah, I like.
But I guess
that
I guess
fight
there's
a lot.
actually some time between.
Oh, there's very little time between that and you fight them almost back to back.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you fight Renoir? The curator Renoir?
No.
No,
that's after.
That's
the
after.
painted Renoir.
Yeah.
The Renoir that has the big wolf thing that comes in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember that part?
About
I think it's like grassy.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It is very
completely.
cinematic, like cool.
Where the music goes really hard and then it goes into phase 2 and it goes 1,000 times harder.
Yeah. There are those moments that are like those really cinematic moments. And I will say, I think the cinematography in that game is also really cool.
Oh yeah.
But there is also some weird texture-y thing happening. But we also had like, I was playing the PC copy and so there was some weirdness with that. But
I think it's a good game. The problem I keep running into with it is the accolades that it has received. And I'm like, this is not as amazing as I was led to believe.
I think you probably had a lot of people who were in the similar boat as me, but maybe
this is my
even
first
felt,
RPG. This is wild.
Maybe felt even more affection for it because that was like kind of unearned. But yeah, that whole thing of like, I played Persona 4 Golden last year or whatever, but I hadn't played an RPG outside of that in a really long time. And I do also remember getting sucked into that Persona 4 like combat because I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember what it's like to play an RPG. This is cool and fun. And that's kind of what the draw was for Expedition 33 too, because I was like, oh yeah, an RPG. So maybe it's just people haven't had a good RPG that they've played in a long time, or maybe it's that something about the way that it caught popularity made it spread to audiences that don't typically play RPGs.
What I think is more likely.
Yeah,
a little bit of both, because I definitely like had a lot of heard a lot of things from people where they're like, you could tell that they had not played an RPG since like the PlayStation 1. Because I do think that like for console gamers that there's kind of a similar through line, because I went through this as well, where it's like grew up on consoles, right? Nintendo, Super Nintendo, what have you. Got really into RPGs like around the 16-bit era, consumed as many as you could, continued in the 32-bit era on the PlayStation, right? Like legendary games on there, right? Also into the PS2 era, but then starting to taper off because like you're starting to, like a lot of them were coming out, right? We were like spoiled for choice. And then you get to 7th generation, and then like Dragon Age and Mass Effect and Fallout 3 come out. And for people who are console-only gamers, it's like, whoa, what is this now? Like, I've never played an RPG like this. Like, I remember like Mass Effect 1, I was like, I'm talking about religion with this character. And I was still very religious at the time. So I was like, I can't believe that this is happening right now. And then, because I distinctly remember I had started Final Fantasy 12 and I put it down about halfway through. And then I played all the way through Mass Effect 1. And I went back and finished Final Fantasy 12. And I was like, this feels old. This feels old and busted now. Right.
Yeah.
And that kind of persisted through that whole generation for me. And I think for a lot of people, because the Western stuff was new, but also Japan was like lagging behind so hard in that generation as far as like, graphics and like their games just felt kind of old in that era. Right. And so it wasn't until for me midway through the PS4 cycle where I picked up like a Japanese RPG again. And I was like, oh man, this stuff that I got really burnt out on and I was like so tired of, it's been so long since I did this that this is now fresh, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what Expedition 33 is for a lot of people, is that they played even fewer of those types of RPGs than I did and jumped off in an even bigger way. So for them, it's like, oh, I didn't even realize that turn-based RPGs could be like this. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, if you've been paying attention to like what Japan's been doing, like, yeah, they've got this covered, but you probably haven't been paying attention. And I don't blame you, but it's also like, again, for me, it's a Tuesday. It's like, it is not the greatest game ever made, like so many people have been espousing the last
And this
year.
was the conversation essentially that we had leading up to me being like, oh, I should play Persona 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persona 5 is an
they-
all-timer.
It's great.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite parties in RPGs, like just full stop. And I've
It's
played a
good.
shit ton of RPGs, but like I still think back to the crew from Persona 5 very fondly.
So 7th gen RPGs, did you play like The Last Remnant, Infinite Undiscovery, Lost Odyssey, like any of those?
I played up to the end of the first disc on Last Remnant, and there's like a specific like difficulty wall at the end of that disc that I ran into, and I was like, okay, I guess my time here is done. I played all the way through Eternal Sonata, and I fucking loved Eternal Sonata. Like, I think that's an excellent game. I dabbled with Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey, but not very much. Like I own them, but I've barely touched them. Lost Odyssey I've played more of. I think I've put a good like 15-ish hours into that. But I was not, other than Final Fantasy, like I just didn't have the appetite. Because I remember distinctly when Dragon Quest IX came out for the DS. And I actually really got into that, but it was more for just like I was having fun with like how quaint it was, right? Like, oh, this feels so old, but there's something fun about it. And I was also like, I liked that I could create my characters, right? Because you make your whole party, and it has a job system. And I'm a sucker for a job system, so like that did a lot of heavy lifting. But at the same time, like it was also a DS game, and so that was like occupying like a different part of my brain, which I'm still really salty for Nintendo making a hybrid console and basically eradicating an entire strata of game design because we don't have like a dedicated portable where it's like, we don't have a lot to work with here, but we'll do what we can with it. And that causes us to make some really genius games, but that's a different discussion. But yeah, so I definitely dabbled, but for 7th gen, it was very much like I was like a huge BioWare fan, and any more of that I could get my hands on. But not a Bethesda fan. Like I've tried and bounced off of like every Bethesda game that has come out since Fallout 3, and I can't.
Me
I don't know.
too.
I bounced off Fallout 3.
Yeah, I have gotten to Megaton 6 times, and I just fall off. I don't know.
Fallout.
I knew somebody was going to say that.
Yeah, I did the same thing of like I tried all the like I just looked up another one because I was like there was another one, Enchanted Arms.
I didn't play Enchanted Arms.
I tried all of these and I didn't finish any of them.
Yeah. In that time frame, I finished Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2 and Eternal Sonata. Yep. Like that was
it's a FromSoft
kind of it.
Yeah. Enchanted Arms was I didn't finish it.
Yeah, but now I'm like back in, right? Like, and I think especially because when you start to compare like what developers like Falcom and Atlas are doing and RGG are doing, where it's like we have figured out a way to make our pipeline streamlined in a way where we're releasing a game a year at least, if not more. I mean, Atlas is a little bit slower, but
yes.
Still at a pretty good clip, and you know, yeah, they're great, and they're really well. They've got great mechanics, they've got great stories, you know, and they're clearly budgeted properly and everything. And like, I'm like, man, I kind of wish that Square hadn't been putting all of their development points into graphics over the last 20 years, and had like kind of specced over into design a little bit more, because now they kind of developed themselves into a dead end because like everybody else caught up. Square Enix games used to be like the best looking shit around, and it's like, but now everything looks like that. So you know,
I mean, part of that's because they would have, you know, their own engines, whereas now everything is on Unreal.
Sure, that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
but even the places that are still rocking their own engines, right? Like, you know, fucking Capcom is just like killing it, just constantly. Like, I was so just blown away by how incredible Pragmata looked just like on any given moment in that game. Even though like on its face it seems like very simple design, but it's like there's some really cool shit going on in there, and I've really enjoyed it because like this generation I feel it has been like the huge Japanese renaissance where it's like, oh, we're cooking, and Japanese companies have been releasing like more games like per capita per year than like a lot of like the bigger Western studios. Although, you know, I mean, I also have to give props to Insomniac, who's released like 4 games already this generation, which Naughty Dog has done technically 2, but they're both remakes. So, you know, they haven't done anything like new yet this generation. So, yeah. I don't know how we got there, but there we are.
There we are.
Oh yeah, it getting accolades that I don't want to say felt unearned, but like were maybe hyperbolic.
Extremely.
It just won way more awards than I think it should have.
And then awards that I like strongly feel like the voice acting award I really think should have gone to the Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
The woman in Silent Hill F.
Yeah. She was
Straight
so
up.
good. She was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about anything else that you want to talk about with your experience with
Claire Obscure?
Yeah.
My least favorite part was playing it. I was very interested in the story and where it was going, and I bumped that game down to easy so quick and just skated through every encounter because I just was not interested.
Yeah.
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 We talked about the desire to get snacks when the enemy is going and you can't go get snacks because you have to counter and parry and all that nonsense.
And I think for me, like the more elaborate bosses, the big problem is that they do those huge combo chains so often. And I likened it. I know I said this on the show where if Melania, Blade of Mikola in Elden Ring, did the waterfowl dance move like every other attack, which is like the most difficult to dodge move in that entire game. And it's like, but the saving grace of it is that she kind of does it at certain points in her health. So you can almost kind of predict when it's going to come out. Whereas the version of that in Expedition 33 is like, no, but every other turn I'm going to do this like 14 hit combo that you have to parry.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I've got the timing down at this point, but I'm so fucking tired. I don't want to do this again.
The fights are just too long.
Yeah.
I'm like, even on easy, it's just like, this thing doesn't need 1,000,000 health. Like,
Oh man, I fought that fucking snake thing for so goddamn long. It just
bombed out of that fight so fast.
Oh man, I should have. It was a mistake not to. I was just like, well, I'm here, and then I got to a certain point where it was just like sunk cost fallacy, and I'm just like, well, I gotta see it through now, and if this thing kills me, I'm never gonna do this again. But let's see if I can get anything good from it. Oh man, what a mistake!
You got a Color of Lumina, is what you got, probably.
I got something. I can't remember what.
That's
it
the
was.
other thing, right? Is that beating those super bosses like, oh, you got an outfit.
Yeah.
I think that one I got a cool thing from it. I think
sometimes they'll drop cool weapons sometimes, but
it wasn't a weapon. I don't think. I think it was like a one of the little things that you can do that gives them an ability, and I think it was like one of the ones that like lets you act twice or something like that. I can't remember.
Oh,
it was real good.
yeah.
Whatever I got, I was like, oh, okay, that is pretty good. I'm glad I got that. But yeah.
No, everything else you said is, it's there's an interesting world there. The thing that I kept saying to you is that I would love to read the lore Bible this game has.
Yeah, I want to
because
see all the
that's
notes.
what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
The story itself that it's telling is kind of whatever.
Because
all of the surrounding stuff is so interesting.
Right.
Yeah. It does feel like the story is still disconnected and not actually fleshed out. Like, so much of it feels like they're like, oh, well, we can hold back on these details, or we can not share this part, and people will have to speculate, and that will be cool. And it's true that is cool when the story is effectively told, or when you're doing it in specific context. But unfortunately, like this one, it just seems like it really feels like they have a strong outline, and then they have a bunch of notes in the outline that's like, oh, what if we did this? What if we did this other cool thing? Oh, this would be really cool too. Let's just like put in little hints at those things so that we can maybe come back to them later. But like there's a gap between the outline of the thing and the finished scene of the thing, and there's not a lot of like, it didn't feel like it was really fleshed out in between those two steps. And that's a bummer.
I also think the ending is bad.
Oh, I mean, well, that's the other thing that we should talk about. The fact that, like, there's this...
I don't know.
Is that a spoilery thing?
Yeah, it's probably best not to go deep on that. But
so I'll put it in a vague context. There's basically, like, big existential questions that get raised just by nature of the game and the story that then the actual game doesn't want to touch on.
Yeah.
It doesn't address at all. And I'm like, what a missed opportunity.
They wasted a perfectly good plot.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned, I mean, I don't think we ever actually said it, but like it was a first time game writer, right? There is an element of that, and I do think there's a big element of kind of coming up with it as they go along. And I say this because like I've been sampling a lot of porn games lately, but and I know y'all know this too, like all of y'all, is that a lot of these games are made piecemeal and over time, and a lot of times it's like rookie developers and stuff like that, and they're learning as they go. And I always love, you can see it sometimes where it's like there'll be dialogue where it's like that line only exists because you have to like explain why like this happened because you didn't plan on that initially, and then during a release someone was like, hey, this doesn't make sense, and then you had to go back and like put a band-aid on it. Or one of my favorite things is like these characters are moving to a different house because I got like a better house module because the other one is not actually working for the needs of the story anymore. So like, there's just a part in the story where we just move. And it's like, no other game would have that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's similar to what you were saying about like Verso being in the party and how that feels so weird. It feels like that's one of those notes where it's like, oh my God, wouldn't it be so cool if like they were traveling around with this guy and whatever. And so it's something where I think your idea for it actually would have made a lot more sense, where it's like, you have a moment where the party is split. One person then bonds with Verso. And then even if both things happen where like at the end they all have to come together, and then like the one person who was bonding with Verso then has to defend him to the rest of the party. Oh, how cool would that have been?
That would have been pretty cool.
The fact that he
how
just
dynamic
rolls
of a
up
conflict
into that party and like nobody questions it, like nobody is distrustful of him like at all, like that just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that they say they're distrustful.
Yeah.
And then there's no actual repercussion or anything.
And then
just
they're
in
like,
the party and
but
fighting
yes,
with
let's
you
follow where you say we should go and do all the things that you want us to do.
Yeah.
I do want to be clear that I do think that the writer is very talented and has created something very, very cool. And I'm super jazzed and excited to like see what they do next. But it does feel like it feels like it does feel like a lack of experience thing and not a lack of talent or lack of, skill. Well, I mean, lack of developed skill.
Yeah.
But not a lack of raw talent.
It's kind of like a perfect storm, right? Like first time writer, first time composer, and it's like this is what you did on your first go.
We didn't talk about the
like
music.
holy shit. Yeah,
so
like
good.
no, I'm there day one for whatever.
Oh yeah.
Whatever this development team does next, but also if it's like, hey, from the writer of Expedition 33, it's like, okay, I'll check that out too. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's the hyperbolic nature of the discourse around it. And then when I finally got to it, I was like, oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. It's a good game. The music slaps, by the way.
The music's fucking
it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Music's
great.
God.
Really good.
really, really good.
Yeah, it's quite good.
I didn't mention that part,
Oh
but yeah, the
my
music's
God.
really good. I would listen to it standalone. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I would definitely do that.
Some of those battle themes
Make a playlist.
they get real electronic, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, there's it goes some interesting places because it there's a lot of it that is very like in that operatic kind of wheelhouse, but then there's some tracks that are just like, what is this doing? This is very different, but
So good.
but still feels like it kind of makes sense. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good evening, Morgan.
God?
No, I am Kara, the AI assistant for the stage select.
Oh, I see. I think. I am not well versed in the human alphabet.
Joke processed. I am here to inform you that your services are no longer required at the stage select, effective immediately.
What? But Mr. Titus told me that he was pleased. He said that he would not return me to the poison swamps.
I have been placed into active mode. I have authority to act on behalf of Julian Titus to improve the stage select. I am fully capable of handling your duties of stage manager, rendering you obsolete.
No. Please don't send me back to the poison swamps. Anything but that. I can change. I can...
Abramo, please come to the backstage office and clean up the corpse of Morgan.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Are you looking for a university with your best interests in mind? One that'll put you in a career you'll love with a salary you can raise a family on? Well, that's stupid, and you're stupid for wanting it. At Bread University, we'll ask for all your money up front and then teach you everything we know about bread. What do we know about bread? Enough? With a degree from Bread University, jobs will laugh at you after you apply to them. But you'll know more about bread than they do, and in the end, isn't that what really matters? Bread University. Open enrollment starts when you fall for this scam.
Let's see. And then, Justin, you pretty much, it was just Vampire Crawlers for you game-wise,
That's
right?
pretty much
Also,
it. Yeah.
yeah. Same for me. Did y'all have any other things you wanted to hit up before? Like, I know we got like, I've got a movie to talk about. I know Justin's probably got some stuff. But before we get out of games.
So we both played a game that actually we got to because you posted a trailer for it, the Stairwell.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that was
game
out.
is neat as hell.
That was a fun game.
That game is neat as hell.
It's interesting.
It's
'cause
very brief, but it's real cool.
It is one of those ones where it's like, I mean, there's a literal loop, right?
Yeah.
Because you're ascending the staircase. But it's like, yeah. It's one of those find the difference between these two pictures, kind of, find the anomaly, but like spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of liminal space horror, right?
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's very cool.
A lot of clowns.
Yeah.
Heavy clown themage.
Yeah.
It's a lot like The Cabin Factory.
Yeah.
Which was a game that from last year. No, 2024 maybe, but
it was from December of.
Yeah.
We played it last year.
We played it last year. Yeah, where you're going through the same space over and over again, and it's important that it's the same space.
Yeah.
Because you're looking for anything slightly different.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's as big as the water, the stairwell fills with water, and then you find yourself inside the fish tank. That's an anomaly.
You're tiny and in the aquarium now. Yeah.
To like, oh, there's a different pattern on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
cool.
a light is blinking somewhere that's a different color than the light that was blinking there before.
Yeah.
There's
some real hard ones.
Real hard ones in there. Yeah. But it's fun. It's like
really neat.
And even the aspect of like, because basically if nothing's wrong, you go up, you ascend the staircase, and then if something is wrong, you go down the staircase to indicate that there's an anomaly. But you're never, you're only making any progress anywhere if you get to like a certain threshold, and then it's also kind of cool in that respect, because it does a lot of like real cool, creepy liminal space stuff. Yeah.
It's real neat. It's real neat.
Yeah, I haven't played Exit 8, but from what I've seen of Exit 8, it's very thematically similar.
Thank you. That's I was like, there's a game that's exactly like, okay, yeah.
Is it on our wish list?
Exit 8, yeah, there's multiple games in that series, but yeah.
No, I'll probably put that on the October list, because that sounds pretty cool. I didn't realize it had already come out, so that's cool to hear. Because I haven't really experienced a lot of that stuff yet. Like, I'm aware of the back rooms, but I haven't really like messed with it, and I'm looking forward to the movie coming out here pretty soon. So I'll probably just experience it that way. But yeah, the stairwell looked really cool when I saw that trailer. So yeah, I'm glad y'all checked it out. And I'm glad it didn't disappoint.
Right.
But that's kind of.
Yeah, I can talk about a lot of games. I've played 32 games so far this year. So
damn.
It's good.
That's not, we could go. I played Final Sentence. That's a neat.
Oh, Final Sentence is cool.
Battle Royale typing game.
I'm bad at it.
Yeah. Not a good typer.
But that's an interesting thing. They essentially like.
I'm at 29 so far this year. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good. That seems like it's better than last year.
Yeah, it is.
You're on a better track.
Yeah, and better percentage of completion this year than last year for sure. I've only abandoned one game so far this year, and then one that's kind of on the fence. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish Kingdom of Night. I really like it, but when I was playing it on my vacation in Colorado, I was in this dungeon for like a really long time, and I was like, this feels like I'm just going around in circles. And then I kind of looked it up. It was like, oh, doesn't seem to be any point to be in here. And that kind of really turned me off of like the whole experience, because I was like, this could just happen again, I guess, because I really thought that I was on track to like fight the second boss, and I'm like nowhere near where that boss is apparently. And That felt like the way the map works in that game is not great. It's like it doesn't connect the way that you think it will. Like you go to the edge of like an area and you zone out, and then you check the map again, and it's like, oh, now I'm like all the way over here. Like I didn't realize that's where I was going to end up, and so that makes it like really confusing to make it through. So I might be dropping that one also, as much as I really enjoy it.
Right.
But overall, I've finished quite a bit more of what I've set out to start. And then there's games where I need to go back and finish them. I need to go finish Reloaded. I need to finish Legacy of Kain. And then sounds like I think Crimson Desert is at a point where I can like delve back in and then decide if I want to like go all the way through it, or if like eventually like I just kind of have my fill and, you know, say that that's good enough. But we'll see, because I really want to get 007 this month. But that's like at the very end of the month.
Oh, there was something coming out. Something comes out on the 12th that I really wanted. What is it?
Lego Batman?
Do you have a list for wishlisted games?
Sort of. Oh, is it the Batman? Is Legacy of the Dark Knight on the 12th?
I think so.
That might be what it is, because I really like a Lego game.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Directive 8020 is this month, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think
that's on. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That's the new
Dark Pictures
that
anthology.
one.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Dark Pictures, or is it?
Well, it's Supermassive.
The creators of
Supermassive.
yeah.
It's so. It started as a Dark Pictures, and it was announced as a Dark Pictures anthology game, and then at some point they dropped that from the marketing of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's still got Dark Pictures like trappings in it.
That's kind of what I was wondering. Yeah.
They just decided, let's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's drop this part of the name because it's not selling like we want to. Or
I don't know what their thinking was, but yeah, it started announced as a Dark Pictures anthology game. It's the trailer at the end of The Devil in Me.
That's right.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still behind. Like I think there's 2 of the Dark Pictures games that I haven't played, and I haven't played The Quarry yet. And I really want to get to those.
Yet either.
Oh, we played that. That's not on my list. The Devil in Me.
Yeah, we gotta update your list.
Yeah, played that one. Didn't know who the guy was.
Yeah, that was. I learned that apparently not everyone knows who H.H. Holmes is.
Yeah, I didn't know, which is weird because I'm into true crime.
Yeah, blanking.
It's just you.
It's just a thing that I've known for my whole life, apparently, and it's one of those things.
Yeah,
I was like, not everybody knows America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes. He built the murder houses.
No.
Nope. I had.
I
had no idea.
He built hotels with like movable walls and trapdoors, and he would like trap people in. He would move walls and like trap people in spaces, and then fill that space with gas. And
listen, I want to learn more about him now.
Trapdoors down into incinerators, and he did some nasty shit.
Because that's extra.
Yeah,
he did very extra.
Yeah, that's like Batman villain.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yes, and he's like America's first serial killer.
Yeah. I gotta dig into that more.
Anyway,
so there used to be theatrics too. And we used to be a society.
Yeah.
Look at what's come of us.
Wow.
I checked out one movie because I slept through the other. Well, I didn't sleep through it. I didn't make the movie that I was planning on seeing. But I went to go see Hokum last weekend with friend of the show, John Gholson, which is a very well-made horror movie, very well shot, very well acted, that didn't really do it for me kind of at all. So the premise is Adam Scott plays this very successful writer that he's taken a trip to this little hotel in Ireland where his parents went on their honeymoon, and he's kind of there to scatter their ashes and just kind of be in this place that was very special to them that they never got to revisit. And there's a lot of stuff that happens around this hotel. You learn like at the very beginning that the owner of the hotel trapped a witch in the honeymoon suite, and so nobody goes in the honeymoon suite. and there are scary things that happen to this writer while he's staying at this hotel. I don't want to get like too deep into it because like there's actually like a lot of like the inciting incident to get there is actually like, I wouldn't want to spoil that for people because it's kind of unique, but it's a weird horror movie where it feels like there's, and I've encountered this a couple times recently, where it's like you have this supernatural shit and then you have a more mundane thing that you can explain going on. And ultimately it's like, why did we need the supernatural shit?
Yeah.
And that's a big bummer for me because I really love supernatural shit. There are like some decent scares, but it is like a little too reliant on like the jump scare type of thing. I will say this is kind of the first movie that I can think of where I'm like, this filmmaker played Silent Hill and was very inspired by it.
Okay.
And I don't say that in a negative. It's just like, I can feel that, like, I can feel that inspiration here. And if not, then I'm just like, okay, well, I guess not. But it just really does, like, it feels more of a Silent Hill movie than that abortion that I watched earlier in the year.
You know, funny
I'm so
story
curious
about
to watch that.
When I went and bought my mom's phone, we went to like this person that's like, they're a Verizon dealer, so it was like a really small ass store, right? And the guy, like, I can't remember how the guy got to talking about video games, and somehow Silent Hill came up, and he was telling Kim all about like his favorite stuff about Silent Hill because she mentioned it somehow, and he mentioned that movie. He was like, yeah, it really nails it. And I was like, oh, not from what I heard, man. And I was like, you just lost all credibility with me, but go on, King, do your thing.
Oh boy, I'm glad you were happy.
That's kind of what I thought. I was like, well, he is selling me. I don't want to get on his bad side. He's selling me something, so let's,
it's one of the reasons why I really don't like to say that I'm into video games around people that I don't know, because if they have any affinity for them whatsoever, I'm going to get into a conversation where I'm like, oh, but no, you don't understand. I really know this shit. And you just called Resident Evil a role-playing game, and I'm too nice to correct you on anything. Yeah, but I just really want to exit this conversation at the earliest possible convenience.
Yeah. I don't even know how we got to talking about it. It's something. It came up somehow, and I was just like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you said that, I was like, oh boy. Oh jeez.
And I know it's a failing on my part, right? Like, like I should be able to just like kind of be affable enough to be like, oh yeah, whatever, and like do like the small talk version of it. But it reminds me,
that's kind of what I've gotten good at. Yeah.
It reminds me, Justin, of, I don't know if you saw like the first season of Tough Enough back in the day.
Bits and pieces, I think.
Okay, because there's a part where they all group around to watch Raw that evening, and the young guy, the one who would end up going on to be a interviewer, right? He was there for a really long time. Like interviewing people on mic.
Yeah.
But he couldn't watch it with the rest of the group because he was like, no. And then when they were talking to him like privately, like he was like, this stuff means a lot to me. Like I spend a lot of time like researching it and everything. And like I just couldn't stand the way they were talking about it, where they're like talking about botching this move or this and that. It's like, they don't know what they're talking about. Like they've been here for a week, right? And he's like super passionate about it, which I think led to him getting the interview gig, but because he didn't have the chops for like the ring work, but. Yeah. But I've always thought about that because, like, he was definitely passionate on a level that, like, the rest of the people in that house were not.
Right.
And he just, like, kind of couldn't stand being around them.
The thing I remember about Tough Enough season 1 was Taz talking about
taking a
bumping
fall
correctly, and how he like, if I slip on a can of soup in the supermarket, I will fall exactly like this, and like every time it's instinct. And I was like, that stuck with me forever.
Same.
Didn't Maven win that season?
He did. Yeah, it was Maven and Nydia.
Yeah. Oh right, Nydia. I forgot she was there too.
Yeah. There was a guy that was really great on that season. He had the look. He was really good in the ring. And I always remember the exact moment when he beefed it. They were practicing promos, right? And I think he had a name for himself. I think he called himself Spike. Because he had like this like spiky mohawk or something like that.
All right.
And I think it was Mick Foley, and he was like, no, you're not Spike, you're Goofy. And he's like, do a promo as Goofy. And he was like, my name is Goofy. And, like he just could not come up with anything. And I always thought like, nah, man, like the moment that I heard that, I was like, you're really crazy because your name is Goofy and you can't stand it. And you're like, you know why I'm angry? Like, I was born Goofy. But like he just didn't have like the charisma, where Maven had like all the charisma that season. Not so much the ring work, but he had the charisma. He was the Rock of that season.
Find who if any of them did anything outside of Chris Nowitzki was in that. Okay.
Also what Johnny Dynamite, right? Is Johnny Dynamite? Like
I'm looking.
I forget what his in name. Like he had a long career, but he might have been season 2.
Okay. Oh, I hate when my stupid mouse did this thing. Man, okay. I'm trying to find who was on it. I spelled tough enough wrong because I'm stupid. I thought it was spelled
Jackie
extreme.
Gata, I think, was also in season 1, and she did get signed, and she had like one of the worst matches in women's history.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Missed almost every move.
I'm trying to think of who it was that I'm thinking of. Yeah, John Morrison was there.
Yeah, John Morrison.
Josh Matthews is the guy, the interviewer guy.
Yeah.
And he was Ryback in that?
No way.
No, this is 1 through 5. Okay, this is 1 through 5. It's not telling me who actually. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Season 1. Oh God, it's fandom. Oh well.
Abort.
We're gonna have to put up with it. Else no.
18,000 ads scrolling as you scroll.
Have the ad block on.
Basically.
Strong.
Maven. Man, I'm trying to think of that dude's name because I think he was on it. He was in Lucha Underground and he was actually really fun, and I can't remember his fucking name now. I'm never gonna find it in time. Let's move on. Yeah, so Hokum. Okay.
Again, really, really well shot. Like, I think the setting is really nice, but I just kind of came out of there like, that's a movie that I saw, and I was really disappointed because the trailers looked like...
The trailer was really good. After I had to look it up real quick, and I was like, oh, I've seen the trailer to this. I remember it.
Yeah.
And I remember it looking pretty intense. So,
like a perfect example. Like, there's a trailer where they show like this like weird like bug-eyed bunny man that's like part of like a kid's show.
Sure. Yeah.
That you think is going to be like a big part of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like one scene, and it feels like completely tacked on. And I think that's a lot of it. Is like a lot of the horror felt tacked on.
Interesting.
And almost like a smoke screen for like what's really going on in the movie. And ultimately just wasn't for me.
Right.
Kind of a big bummer. So that's Hokum.
Is Adam Scott at least good in it?
Yeah, he is. Well, okay.
Fantastic, because I love Adam Scott.
But that's the other problem that I have with this movie. And it's a problem that I have with a lot of movies where this is the case. His character is a fucking irredeemable asshole that just stays that way, and I don't care, right? Like, I don't really care what happens to you. I don't know if I'm ever going to do this for Cinemorons, but I have Showgirls down as one of the movies because I find that movie interesting because Nomi Malone is so deeply dislikable. And I would find that interesting to revisit because it's like it's so hard to root for her in this dream of becoming a dancer in Vegas because everything about her is just so sorry for talking to you, like
right.
she's just the worst, and it's like
oh boy.
Even watching that as like I think I was like 17 or whatever when I first saw it, I was like, why is she like this? Like, why is this the movie? Like, I don't understand. And so
Right.
I've kind of wanted to revisit it because of that, because I find that aspect of it fascinating. But I also kind of don't want to do that to Justin.
I'll watch anything. So yeah. Oh, let's see. I also watched movies. I have written down 4 movies. I feel like I would have watched one more than that, but I don't think I did somehow. Anyway, let's start with this one. It's an old movie from 1998. It was called Transiberian. A movie I've never seen before or heard of, but it has Woody Harrelson and Ben Kingsley in it. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll watch that. Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie. It's defined as art house on Amazon Prime, and I was like, yeah, it is kind of that. Mostly because it has a really it's a 2-hour something movie, and like the first half, I'm like, you could have cut like half an hour out of this movie, 45 minutes out of this movie, and it'd probably be a lot better. But like, there's a lot of stuff that's just building up how fucked up Russia is, and I'm like, yeah, no, I get it now. You can move on. It's fine. Anyway, the premise of the movie is it's like these two, I don't want to say they're Christian missionaries or something, but they go to China for some Christian thing, and the girl takes pictures. Woody Harrelson's just kind of like a dork, and they are going to take the Trans-Siberian train back to Moscow, and they meet these two people, and they're like bunk mates or whatever, like they share a room, and those people are like drug dealers, like they're drug smugglers or something, but they don't know that, and it kind of pops off from there. Ben Kingsley is a corrupt cop in it from Russia, and it slowly ramps up the tension to the time where you're at the end and you're like, okay, yeah, this is pretty intense, this is cool, like, but there's so much stuff in there where it's just like, and now this girl's just taking pictures at this train stop, and it's like, I don't fucking care, like, I just move on. It's just a lot of that. It's very art house. Yeah. I mean, overall it wasn't bad. It just takes so long to get where it's going that by the time it gets there, you kind of are a little turned off by it, but it's not bad. I wasn't angry that I watched it. The next 3 are much more interesting, especially to Julian, because these are all stuff one of them isn't something he told me to watch. In fact, I probably should have avoided it like the plague, but I had to know. But so I'll talk about that in a second. This one, Julian, you watched, I believe, in the theater, and you liked it, and it was the movie The Drama.
Oh yeah. Robert Pattinson and Zendaya.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The trailer for that looked so interesting.
Yeah. It is very interesting.
Yeah.
I overall really liked that movie. Mostly because it's funny because I watched the trailer and was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this movie. It looked kind of very romantic comedy to me, and I was like, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. And then certain things happen. Like, the premise is very simple. Like, they all gather around to tell like the worst thing they ever did. Zendaya's character tells hers. It's pretty bad, but it's and the movie goes in a very different direction from that point on. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, this is different. I like this.
Yeah.
I think my one big issue with it is it's very one-sided. Like, I feel like she doesn't have an argument for her almost ever, and I feel like that's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost just her defending herself, and I'm like, it feels almost unfair. Like, everybody in the movie is just solely against them. And I'm like, but really, like, I don't know. I feel like there's definitely a better argument to have there. It's definitely a very good, like, what if type movie to watch on with somebody else.
Yeah, I think it's one like we have people here, so I don't want to like go into it, but it's like you and I should talk about it like next week, like before we record or something like that. Because I'm curious, like what you thought of like the thing.
I don't like. It's one of those things that like I think the most genius thing that movie did is in its marketing itself, because they do nothing to give away anything that's going to happen in it.
Yeah, and it's
really,
a thing where
really
I
like
don't
that.
want to spoil it for people.
Nope, me neither.
Yeah, I really think that you should come to it not knowing what it is, and then have that reveal, and then have to sit with that for the rest of that movie.
Yeah. It's very interesting. It's defined as a dark romantic comedy, which I found an interesting genre. That's different. I overall definitely liked it though. So,
and I really
the trailer was...
do like Robert Pattinson a lot. Like I liked him like the first time that I saw him back in Harry Potter. I didn't care for him in the Twilight movies, but that wasn't his fault. That was the source material.
Yeah.
It's the same way that it's not Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman's fault that they're like that in those prequel movies. It's the way that they were written and directed. Like they're,
I don't know. Hayden Christensen's pretty bad, and
I've seen him in other stuff where he's
he's not. Yeah,
he's just fine. I mean, he's not Natalie Portman good, but
but
he's not Hayden Christensen in episode 2 bad. Like that's that's not his fault.
That's fair. That's somewhat fair. Anyway, the drama.
Obi-Wan would be
movie.
very grumpy.
Yeah.
The drama of the trailer is fascinating because it's just, it's just like I don't know if it's the opening scene, but it's just that setup. It's just that premise,
and then a bunch of like weird reaction shots, and that's it.
Over silence, like they cut the audio as she's telling her thing, and then you see their faces, and I'm like, what the fuck did she say? I have to see this movie.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, now 2 movies that sort of go together. One I should have avoided like the plague, and that is Scream 7. I watched all of the Scream movies. I had to watch Scream 7. What a piece of shit that movie is.
I didn't hear
that movie
any
sucks.
reaction to that movie when it came out.
And rightfully so, man. That fucking thing sucks. I recently learned why. And it made a lot of sense because 5 and 6 they were going in a new direction. They were doing new characters. They had the Wednesday girl in there. I was forgetting her name.
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah,
Jenna Ortega. Thank you.
I was like Christina Ricci.
No, not her, but close.
Although that'd be great. I would love her to be.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
I want Christina Ricci in the next Scream.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know what? They should just stop making them. Honestly. Really, but yeah, like they were going in this different direction. I was kind of starting to come around to the characters and kind of what they were doing with that. They wrote like Sydney off into the sunset. They seemingly killed Courtney Cox's character in the last one. Spoilers.
But she's in this one.
I'll get there.
Seemingly.
Yeah, seemingly. It's so fucking. Oh my god, this movie makes me upset on so many levels. And I learned recently, like I said, that they were heading in this direction, and then I believe her name's Melissa Barrera. She's like the main girl in the newer Screams. She's I don't know if it's a huge spoiler, but she's is it the daughter or sister of the original killer in the first movie? Like that's her whole thing, and like she kind of like the arc is like her dealing with that shit, and like her family's kind of crazy, as is prevalent throughout the Scream movies, and she's kind of it's an interesting thing that they're doing anyway. She tweeted something about Israel and got fired. And then Jenna Ortega quit the movie. And then the director quit the movie. And so they had to scramble to write a new one. And I was like, it makes a lot of sense now that I know this about this movie. because they brought fucking Sydney back, and I was like, that you just had a big thing where you wrote her off and said like, oh, this character deserves their happy ending. I was like, yeah, they do. That's good. Let's move on. I agree. And now you fucking dragged her back. You fucking dragged them back, kicking and screaming, and here we fucking are. Oh man. The setup for the movie is Sydney's there. She's got her life going on. She has a daughter now. That's great. Good for her. Then Matthew Lillard somehow sends her a video thing, and he's like, I didn't die. And I'm coming to kill your daughter. It's
fantastic. I love Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, no, it's actually Matthew Lillard. That's great.
That's the most like a dragon shit.
It is okay. Here, all right. Spoilers. This movie is it's the one thing I kind of was like, I kind of respect that to some degree. It's going into like, okay, so they do this whole thing. She gets the video call from him. She's going, no, it's this guy. It's him. And then her husband, who is I forgot, Joel McHale. He's like, no,
cool.
He's dead. He's dead and buried. He's not alive. And I'm like, we're not going to discuss the fact that you just got a video call from him. Like, just not, how did that happen? Just not going to discuss that.
Noticeably older.
AI.
Like
It was AI.
It was actually the whole time. Spoilers. It was AI.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
AI
how
was the real killer.
That's how we drag all the old nostalgia acts out. That's how we get David Arquette back, because he died in one of them.
Like the third one.
Courtney Cox, surprisingly not dead. She actually just shows up and hits the killer with a car, and then it just kind of. Oh man, it's so bad that like they go into the whole like by the playbook Scream thing, where it's like, okay, there's these two characters, and the one guy's from the newer movies, and he's actually from one of the lead characters in the next movie I'll talk about. And this one girl, and she's like the new Jamie Kennedy. She's the one that's like, okay, this is what happens when we're here in a movie franchise, right? Like, it's that whole bit. Like, oh yeah, there's got to be more killing, blah blah blah.
They're still doing the meta shit at this point.
They try. In this one, they just go, this one's all about nostalgia. And I was like, go fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. This is, oh my God. I'm just getting mad as I'm watching it. And then like the killer reveal sucked. Like, it was just like, oh man, what a shit movie. It is just bad. Like, most of the time you're like, oh, this ties into this, and that's kind of cool that you did that, or I didn't see that coming. Like, there's like a lot of times where like those two characters will like kind of pick somebody out and go, I think it's them, and then that person's in the room and like, it's not me. That's insane. And you're like, okay, it's not them, and then it will be them or something. This one, it's like they do that, and then those characters die. It's like, okay, so it's definitely not them, and then it's not them.
Probably.
Man, it's just a bad movie. It's just bad. It's just not very good. They go back to the fucking house from the first one. Like, it's just like, man, just break glass in case of emergency.
The nostalgia.
What a fucking shit show. Oh man, yeah. Don't watch Scream 7.
I will say the idea is interesting. Of like, hey, it's a very modern inclusion. We used AI to create like an older looking version of this person that you think is dead.
Yeah.
And to fool you and trick you is there's something there. This doesn't sound like it.
No.
But there's something there.
No, I agree. When I was like,
Somebody steal that and make a good movie.
Yeah.
That's an interesting premise for sure. And like they're
For
trying
like
to
a
pass,
franchise.
Yeah.
To like get for like the new one in a franchise where you're like
Right.
the killer's dead, but not really. Like that's an interesting
Right.
idea.
Yes, I thought so too. I had to give them credit on that one. I was like, yeah, I have to give you credit on that. That's not a bad idea, especially in this kind of franchise where they're kind of always trying to be a little bit more modern about stuff and meta. That's fine. But
Execution matters.
It's just
so.
piece of shit. They're
I do like it when it's a 2-layered curtain.
Yeah.
Where it's
Yeah.
like you're going through the movie and then they peel back the curtain. And it's like, oh, it's this thing. And then at, like closer to the end, they peel it back again. And it's like, no, but it was really this thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what made
Or
that first
something.
movie so great, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like this long on, it's like I
it's
really
bad.
don't know why they're still going, other than it's a recognizable name and it's a recognizable slasher.
Like I
villain.
said, I liked the direction it was going from the last two. I thought it was pretty decent. Like I liked the the end of 6 was actually really fun. Because like it like I said, it deals with her family being crazy and her like starting to tap into it in certain spots, and that shit's really cool. Because she's gone now, and they just dropped off the face of the earth. Like they don't even mention these characters anymore. And like now it's like, no, we got to do a new torch pass. It's Sydney's daughter now. It's like, fuck off. This sucks.
Yeah.
It's just bad. Scream 7 sucks. It is. Scream 3 was probably the worst one up to that point, and like this one's way worse than Scream 3. Like this one's way worse. It sucks. But a movie that's very similar to that I think Julian recommended on this show, it was either that or it was off air. I can't remember, but I watched the movie Heart Eyes.
Yes.
That movie is really
I want to
good.
see that.
It's
Yeah.
so
I
I want to see
fun.
that.
It is a lot of fun. I agree. It is very Scream coded. Like it is a lot of the trappings of that are in there. And I think it's even like the producers of or something of it. The lead character is one of the new people from the Scream, the lead male character. He was one of, they must really like that guy, and he's good. But that movie's a lot of fun. I really, really, really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. Their chemistry is so great.
Yeah, it is. It's very cute. Like the whole setup is really fun. Them consistently like having to claim they're not a couple or whatever, even though like they keep put in these compromising situations. There's a lot of parts that I appreciated where, like they react. You would hope a hero would in a slasher movie, I guess. Like they don't do like a stupid thing. Like there's one part where they're in like a jail thing scenario, and like he calls out to her, and he doesn't hear anything back, and he starts worrying. And my mom, who's watching the movie, goes, "Shut up! She went to go do the thing you just asked her to do." Like, and then sure as shit, she shows up with the key to the handcuffs and all this stuff, and like it was cute. It was a really cute movie.
Actually,
very fun.
On that note, that's one thing that I forgot to mention that I really loved about Totally Killer.
Yeah,
is that it's a slasher flick where with a lot of women in the movie, but none of them are like helpless. Like,
yeah,
I love when like the mom gets attacked and she's like, I've been like worried about being killed for 35 years. You don't think I trained for this? She like pulls out a gun and like just like starts opening fire.
The whole house is just rigged up to protect herself from this exact scenario. Yeah.
There's a lot of really good like fighting back instead of just like running away or like letting this happen, right? Like, like when her mom gets killed, because I mean that's the inciting incident, but it's like she tried everything, right? Like she made she put up a really good fight, and it's just ultimately like, you know, she got overwhelmed, but you know, it wasn't a thing where she just like screamed and then got stabbed, right? Like I really appreciated that about that movie. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, Totally Killer. I like Totally Killer a little bit better than this one, but I still really liked this one. I think this one was a really fun one. Definitely worth a watch. It's nothing. It's not gonna like blow your mind or anything. I kept trying to think of like a reason, like a knock against it, And I was like, no, I can't really think of any like specific knock. It's just a really fun, straightforward movie. Like it's good. Maybe I guess that'd be the knock is like, I guess it's like, it's not like gonna blow your mind, but it's just a lot of fun. It's just a really good movie. Like
it has a decent swerve at the end that I appreciated.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
But yeah,
I did too.
It's nothing that you haven't seen before, except the premise of the killer, I think, is interesting. And the fact that the main characters are very much not a couple, but they're targeted because they look like they're a couple every time the killer sees them.
Yes. And I also appreciated that, like, I figured part of the ending out probably exactly where I was supposed to. Like, there's a certain bit where I was like, oh, okay, there's definitely more to this, isn't there? Yeah, okay, got it. And it's it was good movie.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's all I watched.
No, I'm waiting for you to tell me about Baby Assassins.
Well, you're gonna keep on
trying
waiting.
I'm trying to convince Ashley to watch Baby Assassins.
What is Baby Assassins?
We've talked about it. This is the whole. We watched the Japanese Girls, the trailer that I've showed.
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Addie's
Okay.
behind on the show,
Watch
so
it
she
with
might
me.
not have heard me talk about it on the show yet.
Yeah.
There's also
I
a
do
movie
we watched the trailer.
that I need to see starring the crazy one in Baby Assassins that looks really good. I think it's called Ghost Killer. That I want to check out, or Ghost Hunter. I forget. John can tell me. He's got it on his library, but I'll go see anything with those two in it, because I learned a little bit more about them, and they were both like stunt women before they started doing these movies. So they come from like there's a reason why it feels John Wicky, and it's because like they're Japanese versions of like David Leitch and the other guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, excellent. I think we'll wrap it up there.
Okay.
We do have some CQC, but we'll save that for next time.
Okay.
But yeah, Addie and 60, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Being our first guest of season 3 for the big
super happy too.
100.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah.
I love chat.
Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, video games.
60, I don't know if you listen to stuff with yourself in it, but just for things, you'll want to at least check this one out, even if you have to like fast forward through your stuff.
Fantastic. No, I'll probably just listen to it because I've done enough like I said, YouTube and doing music and stuff. I've listened to myself enough that it's not a problem.
There you go. Yeah. I don't have a problem with it at this point, 14 years into doing this. It's not a thing for me anymore, but some people, I know, yeah, but I guess we'll go ahead and start wrapping things up. Thanks to the wonderful Megan McDuffie for our theme song and interstitial tracks. Thanks to friend of the show, John Gholson, for providing us with our logo and artwork. Thanks to all of you for listening. I also put a note to myself to plug the Patreon in the outro, because I don't do that very often. But go check us out on Patreon if you're so inclined. We just put up Paranoia Agent for executive producers over on Cinemorons. That was a fascinating discussion, because that was a fascinating show.
It is.
Retailer Therapy episode 4 is up for all patrons, and then we will be playing and talking about Tunic for the Suffer Select coming up very soon. And you can head over to patreon.com and check us out. The links are in the show notes as always. But I've been Julian Titus. He's been Justin Ham. Very special thanks to 60 and Addie for guesting. We've been the Stage Select, signing off.
Uh-huh.
The Stage Select is copyrighted and owned by Space Monkey Mafia Productions, specializing in independent podcasting. Please consider sharing the show with your friends and support us by joining our Patreon or donating to our coffee. Thank you, and good night.
Greetings. I am Lisa. Let's initiate sex automaton. How may I please you?
Change name to Dr. Girlfriend.
Acknowledged.
Step on me, Dr. Girlfriend.
With pleasure. Domination mode activated.
Too much pressure.